The divine sword is invincible. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 826, Sleeping Beauty of the Sun and Moon Kingdom. Black Demon Continent. Yangtze Ocean looked at the continent with a faint black demonic energy flowing in the sky, and then drove the spaceship to the nearby city. He planned to go to the nearby city, to inquire about the Sun and Moon Kingdom first, and then go to the Sun and Moon Kingdom, to subdue the Sun and Moon divine fire. In recent years, he has been eager to practice, and has never had time, to come to the Black Demon Continent. This time he plans to subdue the Sun and Moon divine fire first, and then find the Lord of Time, to register as a disciple. After arriving at the nearby city, Yangtze Ocean and his party came to the restaurant, and while drinking, they asked the restaurant staff about the Sun and Moon Kingdom. Sure enough, when he heard about the Sun and Moon Kingdom, the restaurant staff talked to Yangtze Ocean about some strange and weird things that happened in the Sun and Moon Kingdom. The Sun and Moon Kingdom is extremely famous in the Black Demon Continent. In ancient times, the Sun and Moon Kingdom was the first force in the Black Demon Continent, but it is said that the Lord of the Sun and Moon Kingdom got a sleeping beauty. Although the sleeping beauty is in a sleeping state, she is extremely beautiful and full of extreme temptation. Later, someone spread the news that the sleeping beauty was hiding the secret of the chaos artifact, which caused the strong men from all sides of the Black Demon Continent to rush into the Sun and Moon Kingdom to snatch the sleeping beauty, and a world-destroying war broke out. The Lord of the Sun and Moon Kingdom refused to hand over the sleeping beauty, and was later besieged by strong men from all sides. The Sun and Moon Kingdom declined as a result, and gradually perished over the years. As early as in ancient times, the Sun and Moon Kingdom was already a dead place. But to this day, countless strong men continue to pour into the Sun and Moon Kingdom, not only to find the treasure of the Sun and Moon Kingdom, but also to find the legendary Sleeping Beauty. Not only for the chaos artifacts hidden in the Sleeping Beauty, but also to see the beauty of the Sleeping Beauty. To see if the legendary Sleeping Beauty is really so beautiful. However, after so many years, no one has been able to obtain the treasure of the Sun and Moon Kingdom, and no one has been able to find the legendary Sleeping Beauty. Even many people who entered the Sun and Moon Kingdom disappeared inexplicably, and never appeared again. Some said that they were seduced by the Sleeping Beauty, and stayed in the Sun Moon Kingdom forever, becoming soulless people. Some said that these people just touched the Sun Moon Kingdom's formation restriction, and were trapped in a certain formation, and could not get out. Some people also said that these people were buried in Sun Moon Lake. After asking in detail, Yangtze Ocean gave the restaurant clerk a few divine spirit stones. The restaurant clerk happily bowed to Yangtze Ocean, and thanked him before leaving. Sleeping Beauty. Yangtze Ocean read. He was also very curious about the legendary Sleeping Beauty in the Sun Moon Kingdom. You know, in ancient times, the Sun Moon Kingdom was the #1 force in the Black Demon Continent, but it was destroyed because of this Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. The Blue Blood Dragon ancestor also sighed. He had entered the Sun Moon Kingdom in the past, and wanted to find this Sleeping Beauty, but he encountered the corpse demon of the Sun Moon Kingdom, and almost died in the Sun Moon Kingdom. The next day, Yangtze Ocean, the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor, and the Black Dog left the city, and flew to the Sun Moon Kingdom. A few days later, Yangtze Ocean and his party arrived at the Sun and Moon Kingdom. They saw that the land ahead was covered with a layer of grey fog even during the day. The fog was very strange when it flowed. Sometimes it suddenly flowed rapidly, and sometimes it was slow and stagnant, just like a river, sometimes fast and sometimes slow. Yangtze Ocean and his party stepped onto the land of the Sun and Moon Kingdom. The soil and sand of the Sun and Moon Kingdom were loose, and when they stepped on it, it emitted a squeaking sound. Although it was only the periphery, Yangtze Ocean still carefully activated the 17 heavenly emperor seals on his forehead. What made Yangtze Ocean feel relieved was that the power of the 17 heavenly emperor seals was still effective for the large array restrictions of the Sun and Moon Kingdom, and he could clearly sense the large array restrictions around him. The power of the 17 heavenly emperor seals had failed in the heavenly demon temple. Yang Ocean and the blue blood dragon ancestor were extremely cautious, but the black dog looked indifferent and walked around casually. Yang Ocean and the blood dragon ancestor carefully avoided the large array restrictions, but the black dog went straight through the large array restrictions. What surprised Yang Ocean was that the large array restrictions did not attack the black dog. The black dog seemed to be formless and invisible. The black dog raised his legs and gestured to Yang Ocean. "Are you saying that I can do it in the future?" Yang Ocean said. After these days of companionship, Yang Ocean basically understood what the black dog wanted to express. "Look, how long will it take me to practice to do it?" Yang Ocean asked with a smile. The black dog raised a finger and wrote the word 10,000 on the ground. 10,000 years. Yang Ocean was speechless and didn't bother to pay attention to the black dog, and then continued to move forward. On the way, they did meet a few groups of sect masters who had also entered the Sun and Moon Kingdom, but everyone was at peace and just passed by. These people looked at the black dog beside Yang Ocean with a look of surprise. Obviously, they didn't expect someone to bring a dog into the Sun and Moon Kingdom. Night fell. At night, the corpse demons in the Sun and Moon Kingdom would be extremely active. In addition, the fog was getting heavier, which hindered vision and soul power. Therefore, Yang Ocean and his party found a valley to rest for a night and wait until dawn before continuing their journey. Soon, a bonfire was lit. The temperature of the bonfire dispelled the coldness around. Yang Ocean sat cross-legged beside the bonfire and practiced his skills. After refining the thousands of origin auras and primordial auras given to him by his senior brother, he had broken through to the middle stage of the 8th level of the heavenly god, and his origin divine body also broke through to the middle stage of the 12th level. The primordial divine body was even higher, having reached the late 16th level, close to the 17th level, and was also the fastest among the 4 divine bodies. His eternal divine body was the middle 16th level, and the mixed primordial destiny divine body was the late 15th level. The blue blood dragon ancestor looked at Yang Ocean, who was practicing, and was amazed, awed, and worshipped. He was a powerful 4th level god king, and he was in awe and worship of a heavenly god. I'm afraid no one would believe it if he told others, but this was the most real feeling of the blue blood dragon ancestor at this time. Seeing Yang Ocean practicing 3 kinds of skills at the same time, the black dog also stared at Yang Ocean with interest, as if studying how Yang Ocean did it. After studying for a while, it also sat there in a very similar way, trying to practice 3 kinds of skills at the same time. However, no matter how hard it tried, it could not practice 3 kinds of skills at the same time. Under its crazy efforts, it did let out a few big farts. The valley was blown by a strong wind. The valley was echoing. The green blood dragon ancestor was stunned. Is this possible? After letting out a few big farts, the black dog felt embarrassed, so he stopped and glared at the green blood dragon ancestor, scaring the green blood dragon ancestor to quickly retract his gaze and only stare at the barbecue at hand. One night passed. After dawn, the fog was light, and the corpse demons gradually became fewer. Yang Ocean and his party continued on their way. Not long after Yang Ocean and his party continued on their way, they suddenly heard someone in front of them shouting angrily, "Eluojin, don't go too far." Chapter 827, Bloodthirsty Corpse Refining Formation. Should we not go too far? Even if we go too far, what can you, the Wooding Ancient Country, do? An arrogant voice responded. Wooding Ancient Country? Yang Ocean was surprised. Wooding Ancient Country is one of the most powerful forces in the Black Demon continent. Surprised, Yang Ocean walked forward. Soon, he saw a group of men in black besieging a group of women. These women were all good looking. The leader was wearing the imperial robe of Wooding Ancient Country. It seemed that she was the princess of Wooding Ancient Country. Seeing that the group of men in black dared to attack the princess of Wooding Ancient Country, Yang Ocean couldn't help but be curious about their identities. Hand over the things. The leader of the group of men in black, a young man named Eluojin, stretched out his hand. Don't even think about it. Princess Chen Mengxun of Wooding Ancient Country said coldly. Hearing this, Eluojin's eyes turned cold, and then he laughed. Chen Mengxun, do you really think that you are the princess of the ancient country of Wooding, so I dare not do anything to you? I'll give you one last chance. Hand over the things. If you don't, I will strip you naked and search you slowly." Chen Mengxuan's pretty face flushed, and she said angrily, "Eluojin, you dare. You will know whether I dare or not later." Eluojin laughed, and then signaled his men to increase their strength. Under the full-scale attack of Eluojin's men, Chen Mengxuan and his female guards were in danger. Just when Chen Mengxuan was forced to retreat continuously, suddenly, Eluojin jumped up and suddenly grabbed Chen Mengxuan's big chest with a claw. Chen Mengxuan had no way to avoid it, and her pretty face turned pale. Just when Eluojin's palm was about to grab the other party, suddenly, a sword energy broke through the air. The sword energy was so strong that Eluojin's face changed drastically. He didn't care about grabbing it anymore. He dodged and retreated repeatedly. At the same time, he suddenly punched out, and the fist force whistled, hitting the sword energy. However, the sword energy was so strong that it was beyond his imagination. The sword energy instantly blasted through his fist force and continued to blast at him. "Young master, be careful." At this time, Eluojin's subordinate Moleo made a move and hit a sword energy, which blasted away the sword energy. Even so, Eluojin was scared and broke into a cold sweat. The incident was abrupt. Everyone looked over and saw a young man in a blue shirt and a middle-aged strong man stepping over, followed by a black dog. Seeing the black dog, everyone was obviously surprised. Eluojin's eyes fell on Yang Xiaoshan, with anger in his eyes and a gloomy face. "Who are you? Dare to meddle in the affairs of our Demon Sea Palace?" Demon Sea Palace? Yang Xiaoshan was surprised. Wasn't the Shimao he met at the Wangxiang Palace Sword Conference the ancestor of the Demon Sea Palace? Demon Sea Palace, so you are Yi Buemo? Yang Xiaoshan asked. "Yi Buai is my senior brother," Eluojin said after hearing this. His tone and demeanor were somewhat proud. After all, Yi Buemo was very famous, and he was the first person under the Demon Lord of the Black Demon Continent. Yang Xiaoshan was surprised to hear that the other party was Yi Buemo's junior brother. "Boy, since you know that I'm a disciple of the Demon Sea Palace, why don't you get out of here?" Eluojin said coldly. However, as soon as he finished speaking, he was chopped away by a sword from the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor. The speed of the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor's sword was so fast that Eluojin and the masters around him could not react at all. Eluojin was chopped away and fell far away, spitting blood. His armor burst, and a sword cut across his chest. If it was 1 inch deeper, I'm afraid it would completely cut his entire chest. The blood immediately dyed Eluojin's whole body red. The masters of the Demon Sea Palace were stunned, and then furious, and attacked the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor with all their strength. Looking at the masters of the Demon Sea Palace who were attacking, the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor slashed out with his hand knife. Dozens of Demon Sea Palace masters were all chopped into blood mist. Even that old demo was no exception. Seeing this, Eluojin and Chen Mengxuan's faces changed. You know, old demo is a strong man at the peak of the 10th level of the God Lord. Even a half-step God King would find it difficult to kill him with one move. Get lost. Yang Xiaoshan glanced at Eluojin and said coldly. Eluojin didn't dare to say anything more, and fled in panic. After Eluojin escaped, Chen Mengxuan came to Yang Xiaoshan, and bowed to Yang Xiaoshan and the Blood Dragon ancestor and said, "Chen Mengxuan thanks you and the senior for saving me. I'm just passing by. It's just a small favor." Yang Xiaoshan shook his hand, and then left with the Blood Dragon ancestor and the black dog. "What's your name, sir?" Chen Mengxuan chased after him and asked anxiously. Yang Xiaoshan didn't respond, and continued to break through the air with the Blood Dragon ancestor and the black dog. Chen Mengxuan looked at Yang Xiaoshan's leaving figure, a little dazed. "Your Highness, since we have found the things, let's go back to the ancient country of Wuding." A maid came to Chen Mengxuan and said. Chen Mengxuan nodded, then turned around and flew away with the maids. Yang Xiaoshan and his companions continued to fly deeper. As he moved forward, Yang Xiaoshan sensed the existence of the Sun and Moon Divine Fire. He now possessed the 5 great divine fires of King Lian, Ziwei, King Long, Qianfo, and Li Ji. As long as he was within a very large range, he could sense the existence of the Sun and Moon Divine Fire. Therefore, as long as the Sun and Moon Divine Fire was still in the Sun and Moon Kingdom, he would find it sooner or later. However, after a few days, Yang Xiaoshan still could not sense the aura of the sun and moon divine fire. He did find two kinds of strange fire, but now the strange fire was like garbage to Yang Xiaoshan. As he went deeper into the sun and moon kingdom, he encountered more and more corpse demons. These corpse demons were transformed by the powerful men of the major sects after entering the sun and moon kingdom and being infected by the corpse demon aura. Some of them were even masters of the God King realm before they died, and they were extremely difficult to deal with. In the sun and moon kingdom, there are even corpse demons from the ancient times. These ancient corpse demons are transformed after the strong men of the sun and moon kingdom died in battle. If you encounter these corpse demons, you will die. The blue blood dragon ancestor encountered this kind of ancient corpse demon and exhausted all kinds of artifacts to escape death. After entering the depths of the sun and moon kingdom, Yang Xiaoshan and the blue blood dragon ancestor became more careful, but the black dog still looked indifferent, and the dog's tail was still turning. What surprised the blue blood dragon ancestor was that the black dog's tail could rotate 360 degrees. On this day, Yang Xiaoshan and his party came to a bloody land. I saw that the land in front of me was all bloody. The blood seemed to be oozing out from the ground, which was shocking. This is a blood-eating corpse refining formation. The blue blood dragon ancestor looked solemn. Yang Xiaoshan nodded. The ground ahead was constantly oozing blood because there was a blood-eating corpse refining formation underground. Generally, places with blood-eating corpse refining formations are very evil. There must be powerful and abnormal corpse demons around, and there may even be ancient corpse demons. Everyone be careful, Yang Xiaoshan said in a concentrated voice, and then summoned the sun god Amma and the 5 great divine fires, and then flew into the ground ahead. Even the blood dragon ancestor, who was at the 4th level of the divine king, summoned the divine Amma, holding the blood dragon sword in his hand tightly, with a nervous look on his face. The black dog followed Yang Xiaoshan and stared at Yang Xiaoshan's sun god Amma with a surprised look on his face. Not long after Yang Xiaoshan entered the ground ahead, suddenly, the 5 great divine fires became abnormally agitated. Chapter 828 Black Dog's Tale. Feeling the abnormal agitation of the 5 divine fires, Yang Xiaoshan's face lit up, and he looked at the end of the earth in front of him. The sun and moon divine fire is at the end of this bloody earth. Just as Yang Xiaoshan was about to fly forward, suddenly, the bloody earth in front of him collapsed, and the terrifying corpse demon aura and bloody aura rushed to the sky. Yang Xiaoshan's face changed drastically. Let's go. He immediately broke through the air with the blue blood dragon ancestor. The black dog followed. Just as Yang Xiaoshan and the blue blood dragon ancestor just flew forward, the cracked earth suddenly broke out, and a tall corpse demon shadow rushed out. This corpse demon, corpse aura rolling, demon aura rolling, blood aura all over the body, rushed to the sky. It was a prehistoric corpse demon. Just as this prehistoric corpse demon rushed up from the bloody earth, suddenly, the ground in the distance exploded again, and another prehistoric corpse demon rushed out, and this prehistoric corpse demon had a stronger aura. The roar to the sky formed a terrifying hurricane that shook countless miles. Then, one after another, the ancient corpse demons rushed out from the ground, and there were as many as 19 of them. The 19 ancient corpse demons raised a monstrous corpse and demonic energy, chasing Yang Xiaoshan and the blue blood dragon ancestor, and their speed was extremely fast, constantly approaching Yang Xiaoshan. Even though Yang Xiaoshan had already activated the power of the 4 great divine bodies and the power of the 2 chaotic godheads, he was still being approached by the 19 ancient corpse demons. The blue blood dragon ancestor looked at the 19 ancient corpse demons that were constantly approaching, and his face changed drastically. He encountered 2 ancient corpse demons that year, and later exhausted all the divine weapons on his body to escape. Now there are 19. Moreover, these 19 have a more terrifying aura than the 2 ancient corpse demons he encountered that year. The blue blood dragon ancestor didn't care about anything else, raised his head to the sky and roared, and transformed into a blue dragon. Young master, come up. Yang Xiaoshan flew, and landed on the head of the blue blood dragon ancestor. The blue blood dragon ancestor flew at full speed. After transforming into a dragon body, the blue blood dragon ancestor's speed increased greatly. The black dog followed Yang Xiaoshan leisurely. However, although the blood dragon ancestor turned into a dragon and increased his speed, the 19 ancient corpse demons behind him continued to approach. The strongest ancient corpse demon had even approached 100 feet behind Yang Xiaoshan and his companions. The ancient corpse demon roared, his eyes bloodshot, and suddenly slapped Yang Xiaoshan and the blood dragon ancestor with a palm. The violent corpse demon energy condensed into a huge corpse demon palm, which instantly caught up with Yang Xiaoshan and the blood dragon ancestor with a force that covered the sky. It seemed that the opponent's corpse demon palm was about to hit Yang Xiaoshan and the blood dragon ancestor. The golden flames on Ding Li's body soared into the sky. The corpse demon palm slammed into Ding Li's golden flame shield. Bang! The golden flame shield also shook violently, and it felt like it was about to explode. Seeing this, the ancient corpse demon roared violently again, and blasted out with a palm. Ding Li's golden flames rose again. The palm of the ancient corpse demon slammed into the golden flame shield, making a loud bang, setting off an endless wave of air, and blasting the blood-colored earth. The blood gushing out from the ground was splattered all over the sky. The black dog saw the blood gushing out from the ground, splattered all over the sky, frowned, and showed an unhappy look. Then, it raised its tail, and then spun around, hitting out a chaotic force. Boom. This chaotic force was like a giant whip, and it hit the ancient corpse demon hard. The fierce ancient corpse demon was whipped and exploded all over, and it exploded into dozens of balls. The monstrous corpse and demonic energy around it was even more shattered. Yang Xiaoshan and the blue blood dragon ancestor looked at the black dog's tail that could rotate 360 degrees in surprise. Is this possible? Yang Xiaoshan and the blue blood dragon ancestor continued to fly forward. The other 18 heads continued to chase frantically from behind, constantly hitting their palms. Seeing this, the black dog got annoyed. The tail behind him suddenly spun amazingly and swung out. 18 chaotic forces swung out, and all hit the 18 ancient corpse demons. The 18 ancient corpse demons were all blown up, and turned into countless pieces. The corpse demon aura exploded all over the sky. Yang Xiaoshan and the blue blood dragon ancestor were both looking at the black dog in shock. Yang Xiaoshan knew that the black dog was powerful, but he didn't expect it to be so powerful. Just a casual swing, and it blew up 18 ancient corpse demons? What kind of strength is this? The black dog blew up a group of ancient corpse demons, but he didn't care at all, as if he had done something ordinary. He was staring at the dinghy on Yang Xiaoshan's body, and wang twice. Seeing that the black dog easily solved the 19 ancient corpse demons behind him, Yang Xiaoshan breathed a sigh of relief. At this time, the black dog came to Yang Xiaoshan, rubbed against Yang Xiaoshan, and looked at Yang Xiaoshan eagerly. Yang Xiaoshan didn't know what this guy wanted, so he was a little speechless, and cut a piece of chaos spirit stone for it. Yang Xiaoshan continued to fly in the direction of the sun and moon fire. Not long after, he arrived at the end of the bloody land. At the end of the bloody land was a sea of blood. The power fluctuations of the sun and moon fire came from the bottom of the blood sea. Yang Xiaoshan used all his strength to activate the sun god armor and the 5 great fires, and then he and the blue blood dragon ancestor broke through the blood sea, and entered the bottom of the blood sea. This blood sea is not formed by ordinary blood condensation. The blood carries extremely strong demonic and corrosive power. After entering the bottom of the sea, Yang Xiaoshan and his companions were wrapped in the blood sea, and could not see everything around them. Yang Xiaoshan could only fly to the location of the sun and moon fire by induction. After a while, Yang Xiaoshan arrived at the bottom of the blood sea. After flying for a while, he came to an underwater space. The surrounding blood sea finally disappeared. Above the land in front of him, a huge sun and a big moon were suspended. The flames of the sun and the moon engulfed the world. Looking at the sun and the moon with amazing flames, Yang Xiaoshan was delighted. Sun and moon fire. Finally found. What surprised Yang Xiaoshan was that below the sun and moon divine fire was a huge divine palace burning with blazing flames. Looking at the divine palace with blazing flames, the blue blood dragon ancestor was also surprised. Sun and moon treasure? Yang Xiaoshan nodded. That divine palace should be the treasure of the sun and moon kingdom in the past. It seems that the sun and moon divine fire is guarding the sun and moon treasure. Yang Xiaoshan did not hesitate, flew forward, and began to subdue the sun and moon divine fire. As long as the Sun and Moon Divine Fire was subdued, it would not be difficult to obtain the Sun and Moon Kingdom treasure. As soon as Yang Zai Ocean approached the Sun and Moon Divine Palace, the Sun and Moon Divine Fire immediately spewed out two amazing divine flames, one yin and one yang, towards Yang Zai Ocean. The power of the divine flames was so strong that the blue blood dragon ancestor trembled in his heart. However, as soon as the Sun and Moon Divine Flame sprayed in front of Yang Zai Ocean, it was blocked by the golden flame of Dingyi. Yang Zai Ocean practiced his skills with ease, and thousands of dragons flew out, entangled the Sun and Moon Divine Fire, and trapped it tightly. At the same time, he used the fire control technique to inject fire runes into the Sun and Moon Divine Fire. The Sun and Moon Divine Fire's flame soared into the sky, struggling endlessly, and constantly bombarded the thousands of dragons that trapped it. Several times, it almost broke through Yang Zai Ocean's power. Seeing this, the black dog came to the sky above the Sun and Moon Divine Fire, not afraid of the Sun and Moon Divine Fire's flames at all, and slapped it with one claw, knocking the Sun and Moon Divine Fire directly to the ground. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 829, Sleeping Beauty Can't Be Found. The Sun and Moon Divine Fire was knocked to the ground, lying there, and it didn't come out. And the raging divine flame actually became docile. The black dog was so powerful. You know, the Sun and Moon Divine Fire is the 4th ranked divine fire. Even the God King dared not touch the divine flame of the Sun and Moon Divine Fire with his fist. But the black dog directly knocked the opponent down with his claws. Its claws were completely fine. Seeing that the black dog clawed the Sun and Moon Divine Fire to the ground, Yang Zai Ocean secretly gave the black dog a thumbs up in his heart, and then continued to perform the fire control technique, constantly hitting the Sun and Moon Divine Fire with the fire rune. After the Sun and Moon Divine Fire did not resist, soon, the fire rune was successfully integrated into the Sun and Moon Divine Fire. As Yang Zai Ocean's fire rune continued to integrate into the Sun and Moon Divine Fire, the Sun and Moon Divine Fire once again surged with light, and the divine flame became violent again. It didn't take long for Yang Zai Ocean to be connected with the Sun and Moon Divine Fire. Even so, Yang Zai Ocean still didn't dare to be careless, and continued to hit the Sun and Moon Divine Fire with the fire rune. Finally, the flames of the Sun and Moon Divine Fire soared into the sky, reappearing the original light. With a thought in Yang Zai Ocean's mind, the Sun and Moon Divine Fire flew up, turned into the Sun and the Moon, and floated around his body. Seeing that the Sun and Moon Divine Fire was subdued, Yang Zai Ocean was delighted. Now, with the 6 divine fires in his body, he can refine the 5 Tribulations Heaven Grade 9 divine pills. Yang Zai Ocean drove the Sun and Moon Divine Fire for a while, and after getting familiar with the power of the Sun and Moon Divine Fire, he took the 6 divine fires back into his body. The black dog came over and rubbed against Yang Zai Ocean. Yang Zai Ocean understood and cut a piece of Chaos Spirit Stone for the black dog. Then, his eyes fell on the Sun and Moon Kingdom's palace. Now that there is no Sun and Moon Divine Fire attack, it is time to collect the Sun and Moon treasure. I just don't know how much origin energy and primordial energy the Sun and Moon treasure has. Before Yang Zai Ocean and the blue blood dragon ancestor came to the Sun and Moon Palace, on the gate of the shrine, there is a sun and a moon pattern. This is a dual system divine formation of a fire system and an ice system. Yang Zai Ocean studied it carefully. This dual system ancient divine formation is extremely complicated, and each divine rune card is extremely complex. It takes some time to crack it. While Yang Zai Ocean was studying the dual system ancient divine formation on the gate, the black dog lay there, bored. After a few days, Yang Zai Ocean finally found a way to crack this dual system ancient divine formation. He waved his hands, condensed runes, and continuously hit the fire and ice divine formations. Sometimes, he condensed the fire rune and hit it into the fire divine formation first, and sometimes he condensed the fire rune and ice rune at the same time and hit them into the 2 major divine formations. This lasted for about half an hour, and finally, the gate of the shrine was flooded with light and slowly opened. Yang Xiaoshan looked at the open gate of the shrine, and then he felt relieved. As he continued to study various divine formations over the years, he became more and more secretive about the power of the formation. Yang Xiaoshan and his companions walked into the Sun and Moon Palace. As soon as they entered the palace, two kinds of power enveloped everyone. The two kinds of power made people feel like they were in a state of fire and water. However, although the two kinds of power were different, they made people feel very comfortable. The space inside the palace was larger than Yang Xiaoshan had imagined. Fortunately, there were no more restrictions inside, so a lot of trouble was saved. Yang Xiaoshan quickly found the treasure of the palace. When Yang Xiaoshan pushed open the door of the treasure, he saw that inside the treasure, the origin key and the Hangmeng key had turned into origin dragons and Hangmeng dragons. Each origin dragon and Hangmeng dragon was condensed from 1,000 origin key and Hangmeng key. Looking at the 6 origin dragons and more than a dozen Hangmeng dragons, Yang Xiaoshan was surprised. These origin key and Hangmeng key have already generated spirituality. Uncle Ding exclaimed, if more years pass, they may really be cultivated into spirits. Cultivated into spirits? What is that? Really became origin dragons and Hangmeng dragons? However, Yang Xiaoshan also knew that it was not easy to cultivate these origin key and Hangmeng key into spirits. He was afraid that he might not be able to cultivate them even after hundreds of millions of years. Yang Xiaoshan looked at the origin dragon and Hangmeng dragon in front of him, and he could not hide his joy. The origin key and Hangmeng key in the Sun and Moon treasure were more than he expected. It was even more than that in the Heavenly Demon Temple. With so many origin dragons and Hangmeng dragons, it was no problem for him to break through the 9th level of the Heavenly God. Maybe his Hangmeng God body could break through the 17th level in one fell swoop. In addition to the origin key and Hangmeng key, there were also a lot of time sand and Hunyuan heavenly tribulation thunder water. Uncle Ding was naturally happy to see so much Hunyuan heavenly tribulation thunder water. If there were so many Hunyuan heavenly tribulation thunder water for it to cultivate, it might not take hundreds of years for its cultivation to recover. After entering the treasure, Yang Xiaoshan sensed that the Hangmeng God tree was shaking constantly. Then, in a corner of the treasure, Yang Xiaoshan found a piece of Ziren. This piece of Ziren is only 1/4 the size of the Xianyao temple, but it is also a pleasant surprise for Yang Xiaoshan. He did not expect that there is also Xianshan Ziren in the treasure of the Sun and Moon Palace. Yang Xiaoshan put this Xianshan Ziren into the spiritual soil for cultivating the Hangmeng divine tree, and suddenly, the Hangmeng divine tree grew much faster again. With this Xianshan Ziren, plus he feeds it with the 5 tribulations heaven grade 9 god pills every day, the Hangmeng divine tree should be able to grow the Hangmeng divine fruit in about 400 years. There are naturally many divine spiritual veins in the treasure. Yang Xiaoshan was not polite and took them all away. However, Yang Xiaoshan searched all over the inside and outside of the divine palace, but he could not find the legendary Sleeping Beauty. Could it be that Sleeping Beauty is not in this divine palace treasure? After searching for a while, he did not find it, so Yang Xiaoshan had to give up and decided to retreat in the Sun and Moon divine palace to refine these origin dragons and Hangmeng dragons. So, Yang Xiaoshan began to retreat and refine the origin dragon first. Each dragon of origin was born from the condensation of 1,000 dragons of origin, so Yang Xiaoshan took a month to refine one dragon of origin. Half a year later, Yang Xiaoshan refined 6 dragons of origin, and then continued to refine more than a dozen dragons of primordial. Just when Yang Xiaoshan was about to continue swallowing the Hunyuan heavenly tribulation thunder water to practice, the black dog came to Yang Xiaoshan, rang twice, and then gestured with both hands, as if telling Yang Xiaoshan that it had discovered something extraordinary. Chapter 830, Wherever the master goes, I will go there. Seeing the black dog gesturing vigorously, Yang Xiaoshan's heart moved, and then he and the blue blood dragon ancestor followed the black dog out of the Sun and Moon Palace. After leaving the Blood Sea, the black dog took Yang Xiaoshan and flew forward. The further they flew, the thicker the fog became, and the stronger the corpse demon's aura became. On the way, they even encountered ancient corpse demons. For these ancient corpse demons, the black dog kicked them directly. Those ancient corpse demons were kicked directly into the sky and disappeared in the clouds. Although the blue blood dragon ancestor had seen the black dog's methods before, he still couldn't hide his shock when he saw those ancient corpse demons disappearing in the clouds, flying all the way. Finally, they came to an ice world. In this ice world, there is no corpse demon aura, and no thick fog. The earth and the mountains are all covered with thick ice, but there is no snow. This ice world gives people a pure feeling, as if all the ugliness and evil in the world cannot be contaminated here. Yang Ocean was stunned. He didn't expect that there was such an ice world in the Sun and Moon Kingdom. And it was so pure, completely different from the corpse key, demon key and blood key outside. At this time, the black dog took Yang Ocean and continued to fly forward and finally came to an ice peak. Looking at the ice peak in front of him, Yang Ocean had a strange feeling. This ice peak seemed like a woman. That's right, this ice peak gave Yang Ocean the feeling of a woman, and a woman full of extreme temptation. Looking at this ice peak that was thousands of feet high, Yang Ocean thought about it, came to the ice peak, and then activated the 6 divine fires, put his palm on the ice peak, and began to melt the ice on the ice peak. But what surprised Yang Ocean was that this ice peak was extremely hard and difficult to melt. Even if he activated the 6 divine fires, the ice on the ice peak only melted slowly. Not only Yang Ocean was surprised, but even the blue blood dragon ancestor was surprised. You know, Yang Ocean activated the power of the 6 divine fires, not just one divine fire. Even so, the ice on the ice peak only melted slowly. What kind of ice is this that can withstand the power of the 6 divine fires? Seeing this, Yang Ocean could only summon the Sun God armor and activate the power of the Sun God armor. After the power of the Sun God fire was added, the ice on the ice peak finally melted faster. But it was still slow. I'm afraid that it will take at least a month to melt the entire ice peak. However, there was no other way. Yang Ocean could only use all his strength to activate the 6 divine fires and the Sun God armor. With Yang Ocean working hard, more than 20 days passed, and the 1,000-foot ice peak finally melted to only a few meters. The original thick ice layer also melted to a very thin layer. Yang Ocean could even see what was inside. There was a woman inside the ice peak. Although he couldn't see everything, Yang Ocean could still see that it was an extremely beautiful woman. The woman was wearing a strange dress, and her whole body was full of extreme temptation. This temptation was born. Sleeping Beauty? Although he had guessed it before, when he saw the woman in the ice peak, Yang Ocean confirmed his thoughts. There was indeed Sleeping Beauty inside the ice peak. The Sleeping Beauty who was said to have caused the destruction of the Sun and Moon Kingdom was really here. Another day passed. The ice peak was finally completely melted by Yang Ocean. When the ice peak was completely melted, the true face of Sleeping Beauty was completely exposed in front of Yang Ocean. Looking at the breathtaking beauty of Sleeping Beauty, even Yang Ocean's heart beat faster. The Sleeping Beauty in front of him was simply the creation of heaven and earth, and as beautiful as the legend. Innate charming body. Uncle Ding looked at the woman in front of him and exclaimed, and it is an extremely charming body. Extremely charming body? Yang Ocean was surprised. Uncle Ding hummed, extremely charming body. This woman is not simple. To be identified as not simple by Uncle Ding, you can imagine how powerful this woman's extremely charming body is. When Yang Ocean wanted to use the power of the soul to observe the woman, he was blocked by an invisible force on the other party. Uncle Ding, is there any way to wake her up? Yang Ocean asked. Try to activate the Godhead of Light of the King of Chaos. Uncle Ding pondered. Yang Ocean immediately activated the Chaos King Light Godhead. When the Chaos Light Godhead flew up, the whole world was illuminated, and all the corpse key, demon key, and blood key in the Sun and Moon Kingdom were purified. The blue blood dragon ancestor looked at Yang Ocean's Chaos Light Godhead, and was shocked on the spot. He didn't expect that their young master had not only the Chaos Dark Godhead, but also the Chaos Light Godhead. It turned out to be a double Chaos Godhead. Under the power of the Chaos Light Godhead, Sleeping Beauty finally opened her eyes. When she opened her eyes, the world seemed to light up. Just now, the other party was so beautiful that people couldn't move. Even the powerful God King like the blue blood dragon ancestor couldn't control himself. Sleeping Beauty's eyes seemed to be able to see through the future and the human heart. She stared at Yang Ocean, and Yang Ocean felt that he was seen through from head to toe. It was like the clothes on his body were completely torn off. In front of her, no secrets could be hidden. Sleeping Beauty looked at Yang Ocean's Chaos Light Godhead. Her eyes were obviously shocked. This is the King of Chaos. When the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor heard this, he was also shocked. The King of Chaos? Their son's light godhead is actually the strongest godhead in the chaos, the King of Chaos. So, the dark godhead is also? Exclamation mark. For a long time, the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor, like everyone else, thought that Yang Ocean's godhead was just an ordinary godhead in the chaos. Miss, you are awake. Yang Ocean took back the Chaos Light Godhead and smiled at Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty came back to her senses, bowed to Yang Ocean, and said very respectfully, Mengbingsu thanks you for saving me from sleeping. If it weren't for Yang Ocean's Chaos King Light Godhead power, she would have been sleeping forever. It was Yang Ocean's Chaos Light power that dispelled the dark restrictions in her body. Miss Meng, you are too polite. Yang Ocean shook his hand and smiled. At this time, the black dog came in front of Yang Ocean, and then rubbed against Yang Ocean, and then rubbed against the Sleeping Beauty Mengbingsu, obviously trying to match Yang Ocean and Mengbingsu. When Mengbingsu saw the black dog, her beautiful eyes were surprised, and then she smiled. This smile could melt all the ice in the world. She stretched out her equally beautiful hand, and touched the black dog's head. What a cute dog. Hearing this, the black dog shuddered all over, avoided Mengbingsu's beautiful hand, and stared at Mengbingsu unhappily. Mengbingsu looked at her, and smiled even more tenderly. Her laughter was like jade beads falling on a plate, as if it fell into people's hearts, making people feel that they could never get enough of it. Seeing that the matter was over, Yang Ocean said to Mengbingsu, Miss Meng, we are leaving here. What about you? Mengbingsu looked at Yang Ocean with a smile. I have no family. You saved me. If you don't mind, I want to stay with you. Wherever you go, I will go. Fourth update in the evening. Chapter 831. Young Palace Master of Demon Sea Palace. Hearing that Bingsu wanted to follow him, Yang Ocean nodded and said, okay, in that case, let's leave here first. So, he took everyone out of the ice world and flew to the outside of the Sun and Moon Kingdom. After leaving the Sun and Moon Kingdom, Yang Ocean thought about it and decided to go to the Wooling Ancient Kingdom. The registered disciple of the Lord of Time is the ancestor of the Tai family of the Black Demon Continent. The Tai family's headquarters is in the imperial capital of the Wooling Ancient Kingdom. So, everyone flew to the Wooling Ancient Kingdom. The Wooling Ancient Kingdom is not only one of the most powerful forces in the Black Demon Continent, but also the oldest empire in the Black Demon Continent. Because it is extremely old, many strong people do not call it the Wooling Empire, but the Wooling Ancient Kingdom. On the way to the Wooling Ancient Kingdom, Yang Ocean continued to swallow the Destiny God fruit to practice at night. Now, he has refined the 5 Tribulations Heaven Grade 9 God pills, and the Destiny God fruit that grows is much better than before. So swallowing the current Destiny God fruit to practice, Yang Ocean's Unio and Destiny God body will improve much faster than before. During the day, Yang Ocean would read various books and study formations obtained over the years. At the same time, he tried to set up a dual system 11 level top level formation. Mengbingsu was naturally surprised to see Yang Ocean set up a dual system 11 level top level formation at only the Heavenly God realm. She had lived for countless years, and this was the first time she saw a Heavenly God realm set up a dual system 11 level top level formation. On this day, Yang Ocean stood at the bow of the spaceship, thinking about the practice of the 15 sword intents. He had to survive the Chaos God Tribulation, and the 15 sword intents had to be cultivated into the sword domain, but he was now in the late 9th level of the Heavenly God realm, and had only cultivated 2 sword domains. 13 more. Next, he had to speed up the search for the sword formation that gave birth to the sword domain. Old B, do you know where there is a sword formation that gave birth to the sword domain in the Black Demon Continent? Yang Ocean couldn't help but ask the Green Blood Dragon ancestor beside him. Hearing Yang Ocean's question, the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor pondered and said, there is a Demon Sea sword formation in the Demon Sea Palace, which gave birth to the sword domain back then. There is also a black demon god slaying sword formation in the black demon temple, which also gave birth to the sword domain. However, the power of these two sword formations is too strong, especially the black demon god slaying sword formation, which is terrifying. The god king will die if he enters. Yang Xiaoshan heard this, but his eyes lit up. Demon sea sword formation and black demon god slaying sword formation. The god king will die if he enters, but he has Uncle Ding, so he doesn't have to worry. In this case, he will have to go to the Demon Sea Palace after meeting the ancestor of the Tai family. Under the full urging of Yang Xiaoshan's divine spirit stone, the Abyss spaceship kept approaching the Wuding imperial capital. When Yang Xiaoshan and his companions arrived at the Wuding imperial capital, it was noon. It was midsummer, the weather was fine, and the Wuding imperial capital was bustling with people coming and going. After entering the Wuding imperial capital, Yang Xiaoshan found that almost everyone passing by was staring at them. Some men even stopped there and bumped into each other without knowing it. Even some women stopped. Yang Xiaoshan smiled bitterly. Of course, he knew why these people were so out of control. It was because of Meng Bingsu beside him. After asking about the location of the Tai family mansion, Yang Xiaoshan and his companions headed towards the Tai family mansion. Before they arrived at the Tai family mansion, they saw many powerful people from various sects and families rushing towards the Tai family mansion. Yang Xiaoshan couldn't help but feel strange. He stopped one person and asked him. He found out that the head of the Tai family wanted to recruit disciples. Today was the apprenticeship ceremony. Therefore, many forces in the Black Demon continent came to congratulate. The Tai family is not only the first family of the Wuding Empire, but the ancestor of the Tai family is also one of the top 10 powerful people in the Black Demon continent. In addition, the ancestor of the Tai family is a registered disciple of the Lord of Time, so the status of the Tai family in the Black Demon continent is catching up with the Demon Sea Palace. Just when Yang Xiaoshan and his companions were about to reach the Tai family mansion, they saw a group of masters coming towards them. When they passed the crossroads, the leading woman saw Yang Xiaoshan and was full of surprise. "Young master, it's you." Yang Xiaoshan looked over and found that it was Chen Mengxun, the princess of the ancient Wuding kingdom. He couldn't help but clasped his fists and said, "It's Princess Chen." Since being rescued by Yang Xiaoshan in the Sun and Moon Kingdom, Chen Mengxun has been thinking of Yang Xiaoshan from time to time these days. Now seeing Yang Xiaoshan again, she is naturally very happy. Princess Chen walked towards Yang Xiaoshan with a happy face, but when she came to Yang Xiaoshan and saw Meng Bingsu beside Yang Xiaoshan, she was stunned. Princess Chen is a famous beauty in the ancient Wuding kingdom. She has always been conceited about her appearance, but when she saw Meng Bingsu at this moment, she felt ashamed. "Who is this?" She couldn't help asking. "This is Miss Meng." Yang Xiaoshan introduced Chen Mengxun. "Miss Meng." Chen Mengxun looked at Meng Bingsu's appearance. That made her jealous. Meng Bingsu just nodded slightly to Chen Mengxun. She stood there, pure from head to toe, as if she had never come from this world. "Princess Chen, are you going to the Tai family?" Yang Xiaoshan asked Chen Mengxun. Chen Mengxun came back to her senses and smiled at Yang Xiaoshan. "Young master, are you going to the Tai family too?" Yang Xiaoshan nodded. "That's great, we'll go together." Chen Mengxun was delighted to hear that Yang Xiaoshan was also going to the Tai family and smiled. So, Yang Xiaoshan and his party went to the Tai family's main residence with Chen Mengxun and others. Due to Chen Mengxun's status, after entering the Tai family's main residence, Yang Xiaoshan and others were arranged in a relatively important position in the main hall. Yang Xiaoshan sat in the main hall and chatted with Chen Mengxun for a while, and then heard someone outside shouting loudly, "Master Chang, the young palace master of the Demon Sea Palace, has arrived." As soon as the voice came out, the main hall was in an uproar. "Master Chang, the young master of the Demon Sea Palace. I didn't expect that the Demon Sea Palace would send Master Chang to congratulate the Tai family. I heard that Master Chang is already a half-step God King. I wonder if it's true or not." Half-step God King. TSK. Even many super sect masters and family heads may not be a match for Master Chang. The whole hall was in a strong commotion, and the strong men from all sides were very excited. Although Yibuemo was a disciple of Shimao, the ancestor of the Demon Sea Palace, the young master of the Demon Sea Palace was Chang Haking, and Chang Haking's talent was not inferior to Yibuemo. Yibuemo was known as the first person under the God Lord of the Black Demon Continent, and Chang Haking was known as the first person under the God King of the Black Demon Continent. Therefore, Chang Haking's arrival made everyone at the scene very excited. As everyone was looking forward to it, Chang Haking and a group of masters from the Demon Sea Palace walked into the hall. Upon learning that Chang Haking had arrived, the head of the Tai family did not dare to neglect him, and quickly led people out to greet him. Invited by the head of the Tai family, Chang Haking and a group of masters from the Demon Sea Palace walked to the most conspicuous seats in the first row. Luojin also followed Chang Haking this time. He followed behind Chang Haking, and was about to walk to the first row of seats, when he suddenly saw a figure in a blue shirt. Seeing this figure in blue shirt, Luojin's hatred and murderous intent suddenly rose in his heart. It's you. In the Sun and Moon Kingdom, he escaped from death. These days, he has been thinking about this figure day and night. Chapter 830 To kill you with just one sword. Hearing Luojin's hateful voice, almost everyone in the hall looked at Yang Xiaoshan. Chang Haking and the masters of the Demon Sea Palace also stopped, and even the head of the Tai family could not help but stop. When Chang Haking looked at Yang Xiaoshan, he saw Meng Bingsu and was stunned. Not only Chang Haking, but others were also like this. Meng Bingsu sat next to Yang Xiaoshan, which made the whole hall bright. Luojin, what's going on? Chang Haking came back to his senses, and asked Luojin. Luojin pointed at Yang Xiaoshan with gritted teeth. It's him. I almost died in his hands in the Sun and Moon Kingdom before. And Emoleo and the others all died in their hands. Everyone was shocked. More than a year ago, the killing of Emoleo of the Demon Sea Palace in the Sun and Moon Kingdom caused quite a stir. Unexpectedly, it was this young man in blue who killed him. The head of the Tai family frowned when he saw Yang Xiaoshan and Princess Chen Marxuan sitting together. If it was someone else, it would be fine, but if it involved the imperial family of the ancient Wuding Kingdom, he couldn't intervene. When Chang Haking heard that Yang Xiaoshan and his men had killed Mr. Mo, his eyes immediately showed strong murderous intent. Boy, it's you. We've been looking for you. Since you've come out of the Sun and Moon Kingdom, that's perfect. Tell me, how do you want to die? A group of masters from the Demon Sea Palace surrounded Yang Xiaoshan and his men. Yang Xiaoshan put down his teacup, glanced at Chang Haking, and said, today is the Tai family disciples apprenticeship ceremony. I don't want to kill you. If you get out now, I won't kill you. As soon as Yang Xiaoshan said this, the hall was silent, and everyone looked at Yang Xiaoshan in surprise. Who is this young man? A late 9th level heavenly god. Too arrogant. Since Yang Xiaoshan did not hide his aura, many people saw that Yang Xiaoshan was only a late 9th level heavenly god. Chang Haking was furious when he heard this and laughed loudly. Let me go, but don't kill me. Boy, do you really think that, since you have a powerful god king by your side, no one can do anything to you? He was referring to the Jade Blood Dragon ancestor beside Yang Xiaoshan. The Jade Blood Dragon ancestor killed dozens of Demon Sea Palace masters of Emoleo with one sword. The Demon Sea Palace deduced that the Jade Blood Dragon ancestor was a god king. Many people's faces changed when they heard that Yang Xiaoshan had a powerful god king by his side. God kings are top existences even in the Black Demon Continent. Many superpowers only have one god king, who is usually the ancestor of each superpower. Of course, the first sect in the Black Demon Continent, such as the Demon Sea Palace, has not only one god king, but 7 god kings. Hearing this, Yang Xiaoshan said calmly, I can kill you all by myself. Everyone was stunned. Chang Haking smiled when he heard this. You killed us by yourself? Everyone looked at Yang Xiaoshan with a strange look on their faces. Kill you with just one sword? Yang Xiaoshan's face was normal. Chang Haking laughed even louder. You kill me? One sword? He was a half-step god king, known as the first person under the god king of the Black Demon Continent, sweeping all the masters below the god king of the Black Demon Continent, and had no rivals. Now, a 9th level heavenly god said that it only takes one sword to kill him. He felt like he was going to explode. Okay, then I, Chang Haking, would like to learn your sword moves. Chang Haking was about to step forward to attack. At this time, a master next to Chang Haking said, "Young palace master, you are of such status. Why do you need to kill a weak chicken? I will crush him to death." The one who came out was the elder of the Demon Sea Palace, a 4th level godlord master. Chang Haking nodded. Okay. With his status, it was indeed inappropriate to attack a heavenly god realm. Even if he killed the other party, it would not be glorious. So, the elder of the Demon Sea Palace walked towards Yangtze Ocean. Because Chang Haking was of noble status, the Demon Sea Palace also came to the God King realm this time. The other party locked onto the Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor to prevent the Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor from saving Yangtze Ocean. The Demon Sea Palace elder suddenly stabbed Yangtze Ocean with a sword. His sword was faster than lightning, and before everyone could think of it, it had already stabbed in front of Yangtze Ocean. He didn't use any unique skills, just an ordinary sword. In his opinion, he could easily solve Yangtze Ocean, a 9th level god, with a casual sword. Looking at the opponent's sword, Yangtze Ocean didn't make a move, but just blew forward. When Yangtze Ocean blew out a breath, the long sword in the hands of the Demon Sea Palace elder actually broke into countless sections, and then the Demon Sea Palace elder flew backwards like a kite with a broken string. Then he smashed on the wall of the hall, and his breath was like a thread. Obviously he was dead. Everyone was stunned. What's going on? A powerful master of the Godlord realm didn't understand, and looked incredible. A 9th level god blew a breath, and killed a 4th level god. Not only was the Godlord realm expert confused, many experts were also in doubt. Could it be the state of no self? The head of the Tai family looked at Yangtze Ocean in doubt. The state of no self, and it was not the state of no self in the minor success realm. It could even be the state of no self in the perfect realm. Although Yangtze Ocean seemed to have just blown a breath, his attack was integrated with the power of heaven and earth. However, even if this young man really comprehended the state of no self in the perfect realm, the attack power could not be so strong. How could a 9th level god kill a 4th level god lord? The hall was dead silent for a while. Many people were surprised, puzzled, and couldn't believe it. I didn't expect that you actually comprehended the state of no self and entered the perfect realm. At this time, a 7th level godlord supreme elder of the Demon Sea Palace stared at Yangtze Ocean angrily. "I want to learn from your high skills." When he said this, his whole body of divine power was supported, and the devilish energy rolled. The whole hall was violently shaken. The head of the Tai family quickly asked people to activate the defense formation of the hall. Even so, the power of the restriction in the great array of the hall was still shaking. Die. The eyes of the Grand Elder of the Demon Sea Palace flashed with cold light, and he suddenly punched out with both fists. Suddenly, the monstrous demonic energy turned into a demon dragon, and rushed towards Yangtze Ocean. Just when the demon dragon rushed to Yangtze Ocean just raised his hand and pointed, and actually blocked the demon dragon. Then, with a flick of his finger, the demon dragon turned into a stream of light, shot back, and directly hit the Grand Elder of the Demon Sea Palace. And the power was more than 10 times that of the previous demon dragon. The Grand Elder of the Demon Sea Palace fell there, and like the previous Demon Sea Palace elder, he was as weak as a thread, and his face was as pale as death. Everyone took a breath. Even the head of the Tai family was greatly shocked, looking at Yangtze Ocean in disbelief. He didn't understand how Yangtze Ocean did it. A heavenly god realm master could block a divine lord 7th layer power dragon with just one finger, and he could even bounce the opponent's dragon back. And he increased the dragon's power by more than 10 times. This method was simply amazing. Not to mention other divine lord realm masters, even he, a half-step divine king, couldn't do it. Chapter 833 Dark Lord Yangshan. The hall was silent again. Chen Mengxuan sat beside Yangtze Ocean, also with a dull look on his face. Meng Bingsu, on the other hand, had beautiful eyes that sparkled. The black dog lay there, still showing no interest. Just when everyone was silent, Yangtze Ocean's eyes fell on Chang Haking, the young master of the Demon Sea Palace. "It's your turn. Make your move. It's your turn." Yangtze Ocean's words made Chang Haking's hands tremble. If it was just now, he would have swung his sword long ago, but now, facing Yangtze Ocean, he was actually frightened. He was a half-step god king, but he was actually frightened of a heavenly god. A heavenly god actually killed 2 god lords in a row. This young man in blue shirt was full of evil. Why, don't you dare. Yang Xiaoshan said calmly. Don't you dare? Yang Xiaoshan's words were like thousands of needles, piercing Chang Heiking's heart. Everyone's eyes fell on Chang Heiking, with different looks in their eyes. Being stared at by everyone, Chang Heiking's face turned red, and the blood-red demonic energy on his body soared into the sky, condensing into one blood demon after another. It was the blood demon magic skill that Yibumo had used at the sword competition that year. Back then, Yibumo's blood demon magic skill condensed 200 blood demons and swept across the same realm. At this moment, Chang Heiking's blood demon magic skill has cultivated 300 blood demons. The blood demon magic skill is known as one of the 10 great magic skills in the Black Demon continent. It is extremely difficult to practice, but Chang Heiking can cultivate 300 blood demons. No wonder he is known as the #1 person under the God King. Chang Heiking used the blood demon magic skill, and his whole body was full of blood, like a demon king walking out of the boundless sea of blood. He glared at Yang Xiaoshan with murderous intent. I, Chang Heiking, am the #1 person under the God King. I don't believe that I can't kill you, a god level person. At this point, he suddenly killed Yang Xiaoshan with a sword. Under the urging of the blood demon's magical power, 300 blood demons accompanied by his sword energy instantly blasted in front of Yang Xiaoshan with an invincible force. Feeling the power of Chang Heiking and his sword energy, many divine lords at the peak of the 10th level changed their faces. The head of the Tai family was also shocked. The power of Chang Heiking's sword has exceeded everyone's imagination. I'm afraid that, even if hundreds of masters under the Divine King in the hall join forces, they may not be able to block Chang Heiking's sword. Chang Heiking's sword has surpassed all the half-step Divine Kings, and is comparable to the attack of many Divine Kings at the first level. Master Chang is worthy of being the #1 person under the Divine King. Can this sword kill the young man in blue? Although the young man in blue is evil, he is only a heavenly god after all. I don't believe he can block Master Chang's sword. Therefore, in the eyes of many people, Yang Xiaoshan must die. Just when everyone thought that Yang Xiaoshan would definitely die from Chang Hei's sword, suddenly, the hall shook violently, and the prohibition of the whole array began to break. No, to be precise, the entire Wuding imperial capital was shaking, and the entire Wuding ancient country was shaking. It seemed that something terrifying had descended on the Wuding ancient country. What's going on? All the strong men in the Wuding imperial capital were shocked. In the deepest space of the Tai family, Timu, the ancestor of the Tai family, who was comprehending the supreme sword, was shocked and looked at the Tai family hall with a surprised face. In the deepest part of the Wuding imperial palace, the Wuding sword ancestor who was meditating in silence also opened his eyes in shock and looked in the direction of the Tai family's headquarters. Almost all the strong men in the Wuding imperial capital looked at the Tai family's headquarters. This power comes from the Tai family's headquarters. What happened in the Tai family's headquarters? As Chang Heiking, the head of the Tai family and others were shocked, they saw a huge black object flying out of Yang Xiaoshan. This huge black object was so big that no one could imagine it, so big that no one could see the edge. When this huge black object flew out, the entire Tai family hall could not withstand the power of this black giant and collapsed. Not only that, the entire Tai family hall, no, the power of the formation of the entire Tai family mansion collapsed like tofu dregs. When this black giant flew out, first the entire Tai family mansion fell into darkness, then the Wuding imperial capital fell into endless darkness. Finally, the entire city of the Wuding ancient kingdom fell into darkness. What is this? Timu, who had just flown out from the deepest space of the Tai family mansion, was stunned by the boundless darkness. Wuding sword ancestor, who had just come out from the depths of the imperial palace, was also shocked by the boundless darkness that flew up. Just when the Wuding ancient kingdom was completely plunged into darkness, suddenly, the violent power of chaos ravaged the world. Under the coverage of the chaotic power, all the sword gods and even all the sword ancestors of the Wuding ancient kingdom were terrified. Is this the power of chaos? Timu and Wuding Jianzu were shocked. At this time, in the hall, Yang Ocean swung his sword, and the power of chaos and darkness accompanied his sword like a flood at the end of the world, bombarding Chang Heiking's sword. Boom. Chang Heiking's extremely powerful 300 blood demons were blasted into blood, and Chang Heiking's powerful blood-colored sword energy was also blasted into dust. Chang Heiking himself was hit by the power of chaos and darkness, smashing through the wall of the Tai family mansion, and was blasted out of the Tai family mansion by the power of chaos and darkness, and finally smashed outside the Tai family mansion. Chang Heiking's whole body of divine armor was blasted into chaos by the power of chaos, and his whole body was also blasted with chaos sword holes. Everyone was shocked, but at this moment no one looked at Chang Heiking. Everyone looked at Yang Ocean, looking at Yang Ocean's chaotic sword. Chaos and darkness. This is the chaos and darkness godhead. You are the new lord of the Kanglan continent, His Majesty Yang Shen. The patriarch of the Tai family looked at Yang Ocean in fear, and said in a trembling voice, after Yang Ocean refined the power of the origin of the Kanglan continent, many people in the Kanglan continent called Yang Ocean His Majesty Yang Shen, the new lord of the Kanglan. He is the new lord of the Kanglan. Hearing the words of the patriarch of the Tai family, everyone in the hall was shocked, and many people looked at Yang Ocean excitedly. Many strong men in the Black Demon continent mainly practiced dark skills. As soon as Yang Ocean's chaos and darkness godhead appeared, he was regarded as the king of darkness by many strong men in the Black Demon continent. The king of darkness. The supreme king of the dark world. The only king of darkness in the dark world of the god realm. He is the king of darkness, His Majesty Yang Shen. Many strong men who practiced dark skills were extremely excited, looking at Yang Ocean with fanatical eyes. Chen Mengxun, who was sitting next to Yang Ocean, murmured to herself, so he is the Dark King. The one who saved her in the Sun and Moon Kingdom turned out to be the Dark King that many powerful people in the Black Demon continent have been talking about recently. Luojin and the masters of the Demon Sea Palace were also stunned. This young man in blue shirt turned out to be the new master of Kanglan, the Dark King, Yang Shen. No wonder he is so weird. Yang Ocean's eyes fell on Luojin. Luojin's face changed drastically. Just as he was about to retreat in fear, he was blasted out by Yang Ocean with a finger, and flew out directly. When he landed, he was already dead. At this time, the old ancestor of the God King realm of the Demon Sea Palace stuttered, Yang Ocean, this is the Black Demon continent, not your Kanglan continent. But as soon as he said this, he saw Yang Ocean punch out. Chapter 834 Yang Ocean, you are going too far. The power of chaos and darkness broke through the air. The old ancestor of the God King realm of the Demon Sea Palace felt the horror of the power of chaos and darkness, and was terrified. He retreated in panic, and punched with all his strength. Bang! The two punched each other. The God King of the Demon Sea Palace felt his whole body shaken, and was knocked back repeatedly. Finally, like Chang Heiking, he fell to the street outside the Tai family mansion. However, his situation was better than Chang Heiking. Chang Heiking had been dead for a long time, while he just spit out blood. He looked at Yang Ocean in horror and disbelief. Although he had just broken through the God King for hundreds of years, and was only a God King of the first level, he was also a God King who was superior to many God Lords. Now, he couldn't stop a punch from Yang Ocean, a late 9th level heavenly god. He finally felt the horror of the power of chaos. No wonder even Chang Heiking was killed by Yang Ocean's sword. In fact, how could he know that Yang Ocean's godhood was not an ordinary chaotic godhood? If it were an ordinary chaos godhead, it would certainly not be so terrifying. Everyone was trembling when they saw Yang Ocean casually punching a God King and sending him flying. Yang Ocean, what do you want? The God King of the Demon Sea Palace suppressed his injuries and glared at Yang Ocean. Yang Ocean, this is the Black Demon continent, and my Demon Sea Palace will not do that. As soon as he said this, he saw Yang Ocean punching out again. This punch directly sent the God King of the Demon Sea Palace flying to the end of the street. The opponent slammed into the ground hard, creating a deep pit and cracking the ground. Everyone was shocked when they saw this. Without saying anything, he punched the God King. What will happen to your Demon Sea Palace? Yang Ocean said. The god king of the Demon Sea Palace opened his mouth and spit out a mouthful of blood. He looked at Yang Ocean in shock and anger, but there was more fear in his eyes than anger. Get out with your people. Yang Ocean said, go back and tell your Demon Sea Palace ancestor Shimao that I will go to the Demon Sea Palace in a few days. Everyone was stunned. Yang Ocean had just killed Chang Heiking, the young master of the Demon Sea Palace. The Demon Sea Palace must hate Yang Ocean to the core. Why did they want to go to the Demon Sea Palace? I'm afraid it would be another world-shaking war. Okay, I'll take your words back to our ancestors. The god king of the Demon Sea Palace didn't dare to say anything more. He could only swallow his hatred and murderous intent, and then fled the Tai family mansion with the bodies of Chang Heiking and Luojin. In the blink of an eye, the people of the Demon Sea Palace disappeared in the Wuding imperial capital. Everyone looked at each other, and no one dared to speak. Yang Ocean took back the Chaos Dark Godhead. After a while, Timu, the ancestor of the Tai family, came to Yang Ocean, clasped his fists and said respectfully, I'm Timu of the Tai family, and I meet His Majesty Yang. Your Majesty, I didn't greet you from afar. Please forgive me. Yang Ocean smiled and said, Senior Tai is too polite. I came here this time because I actually had something to ask Senior Tai. Hearing Yang Ocean say that he had something to ask him, Timu's hand trembled. Seeing Timu's expression, Yang Ocean explained, Senior Tai, please don't misunderstand. I just came to ask you something. After hearing Yang Ocean say that he just came to ask him something, Timu's tense heart relaxed. He quickly invited Yang Ocean and the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor into the inner hall, and then asked someone to serve the best divine tea and the best divine fruit of the Tai family. Yang Ocean and Timu chatted for a while, and then asked about the whereabouts of the Lord of Time. Knowing that Yang Ocean came for his master, the Lord of Time, Timu was stunned, but did not hide it, and said, to be honest with His Majesty Yang, I have not been in contact with my master for these years. When the Lord of Time left, did you say where you were going? Yang Ocean asked. Timu recalled, when my master left, it seemed that he said he was going to the Zulan continent. Zulan continent. Yang Ocean was surprised. Of course, he was not unfamiliar with the Zulan continent. The previous Kanglang Lord Liang Yao came from the Kanglang clan of the Zulan continent. The Zulan continent is the birthplace of the dragon race in the divine realm. It is no exaggeration to say that almost all the powerful dragon races in the various continents of the divine realm are from the Zulan continent. Even the blue blood dragon ancestor is from the Zulan continent. Even the ancestor of the great dragon god cult is from the Zulan continent. As one of the most powerful continents in the divine realm, the Zulan continent has a far-reaching influence on the divine realm. Do you know where the Lord of Time is going to the Zulan continent? What is he going to do? Yang Ocean asked. I don't know. Timu shook his head, thought for a while, and said, it seems to be related to the Lord of Heaven and Earth. Lord of Heaven and Earth. Yang Ocean was surprised. After a while, Yang Ocean asked, I heard that Senior Lord of Time has seen the Time Tree. I wonder if Senior Lord of Time has told you about the Time Tree. Time Tree. Timu was stunned, then said, my master left behind 12 time tablets, which are made of the time stones around the time tree. Master said that, if someone can collect the 12 time tablets, they can sense the time tree. Yang Ocean was surprised and delighted. 12 time tablets. Yes, 12 time tablets. Timu said, but as far as I know, there are only 11 time tablets in the divine realm, and the other one is not in the divine realm. Of course Yang Ocean knew that the other one was in the wilderness, and the time tablet in his hand was the one in the wilderness. In other words, as long as he found the other 11 time tablets in the divine realm, he would be able to find the time tree. Yes, as long as we can get 12 time god tablets, we can find the time god tree. Timu shook his head and said, it's just that it's not easy to find 12 time god tablets. In recent years, the strong men from all sides of the god realm have been fighting for the time god tablets, and some of them have fallen into some dangerous places. These dangerous places are very dangerous, and it's difficult to get them. For example, one time god tablet fell into the depths of the Demon Sea Palace, and no one can get it at all. Yang Ocean was stunned. There is a time god's tablet in the depths of the demon sea. This was beyond his expectation. Yes, we have 2 time god's tablets in the Black Demon continent. In addition to the one in the depths of the demon sea, there is also one in the Black Demon killing god sword formation of the Black Demon Palace. Timu said. Yang Ocean didn't expect that there was also one in the Black Demon Palace. Then, he asked Timu if he knew about other time god tablets. Timu told him everything he knew. Anyway, he couldn't get these time god's tablets, so it didn't matter if he told Yang Ocean. At Timu's invitation, Yang Ocean and his party stayed in the Tai family's main residence for 2 days. 2 days later, Yang Ocean set off for the Demon Sea Palace. At this time, in the Demon Sea Palace, Shimao soon learned the news that Yang Ocean and his party came to the Demon Sea Palace. Upon hearing the news, Shimao's eyes were full of murderous intent. Yang Ocean, you are going too far. First you killed my Demon Sea Palace ancestor, then killed my Demon Sea Palace young palace master and my disciples, and you dared to come to my Demon Sea Palace. This was a blatant disregard for his Demon Sea Palace, and he didn't take him, Shimao, seriously at all. Chapter 835 No one of you can escape. Yibumo hesitated and said, Master, the Jade Blood Dragon ancestor beside Yang Ocean is very powerful, and the Black Dog is also very powerful. Jade Blood Dragon ancestor? Shimao sneered. Back then, Kainran Sword ancestor could cut his dragon tendons, but today, I can pull out his dragon tendons. Back then, Kainran Sword ancestor couldn't kill him, but today, I can kill him. As he said this, a strong aura surged from his body. His aura was much stronger than that of the Jade Blood Dragon ancestor. No, it was much stronger than that of Kainran Sword ancestor. Yibumo and the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace felt the powerful and invincible aura on Shimao, and all of them were delighted. Congratulations to the ancestors for comprehending the black magic method and making another breakthrough. Congratulations to the ancestors. The ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace came forward to congratulate. More than 100,000 years ago, Shimao obtained the secret treasure of the Lord of the Black Magic and comprehended the black magic method, and his strength was obviously greatly improved. Shimao nodded to everyone and then took out another object, a golden light circle. Under his divine power, the golden light circle burst into a lot of divine light. This is a divine beast ring. Seeing the golden light circle that Shimao took out, the palace master of the Demon Sea Palace stared and thought of something and was shocked. Everyone was surprised when they heard it. Yes, this is a divine beast ring refined by the Supreme Master Duobao. Shimao smiled and said, with this divine beast ring, no matter how powerful the black dog is, it will be useless. The divine beast ring of the Supreme Master Duobao is specially designed to restrain divine beasts. After activating it, it is said that it can imprison any divine beast. The masters of the Demon Sea Palace were originally worried about the green blood dragon ancestor and the black dog beside Yang Ocean, but now seeing Shimao's divine beast ring, they are completely relieved. Yang Ocean, you will soon regret killing my Demon Sea Palace young palace master and my disciples. Shimao's eyes were cold, looking towards a certain direction in the sky. That direction was exactly the direction where Yang Ocean and his party were rushing to the Demon Sea Palace. On the way to the Demon Sea Palace, Yang Ocean continued to swallow the destiny fruit in the spaceship to practice, striving to break through the 16th level of the destiny fruit as soon as possible. When swallowing the destiny fruit, he also mixed it with the Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water to practice. Now, he has 600 or 700 mouthfuls of Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water on his body, so Yang Ocean naturally doesn't have to be as frugal as before. In recent days, with the continuous swallowing of Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water for practice, his 2 Supreme King Martial Spirits have changed a lot. The stronger the aura, the stronger the power. Especially the Zuanwu martial spirit that has broken through to the 16th level. The dark light is surging, the extreme cold power is surging like an endless sea, and the power is even stronger. Although the changes in the golden flame dark dragon are not as big as the Zuanwu martial spirit, the golden flame and darkness of the whole body are also growing. Previously, the golden flame dark dragon martial spirit swallowed the ice and snow dragon, the formation spirit of the great dragon sword formation, and under the effect of the Hunnian heavenly tribulation thunderwater, the fusion speed was accelerated. When Yang Ocean was practicing, the power of the two martial spirits also attracted Meng Bingsu's beautiful eyes. Yang Ocean seemed to have endless treasures. The longer she stayed with Yang Ocean, the more surprised she was. The two Chaos King godheads of darkness and light, Eternal God Body, Hunnian Destiny God Body, Hangmen God Body, Origin God Body, two Supreme King martial spirits that can continue to grow. Meng Bingsu murmured to herself, revealing a state of contemplation. Young master, the Demon Sea Palace is ahead. Time passed, and on this day, when Yang Ocean was arranging the 11th level top level 3 series divine formation, the voice of the blue blood dragon ancestor sounded outside the palace. Yang Ocean stopped and walked out of the palace. After these days of hard training, his strength has also made another breakthrough, reaching the peak of the late 9th level of the heavenly god, and he is only half a step away from the 10th level of the heavenly god. Yang Ocean looked forward and saw a vast black sea of demon ahead, and on the sea of demon, there stood palaces one after another. It was the Demon Sea Palace. The Demon Sea Palace was calm. There was no sign of danger. It was like the calm before a storm. Yang Ocean swept the 17 heavenly emperor seals, and all the restrictions hidden in the Demon Sea Palace emerged in his mind. The spaceship came to the outside of the Demon Sea Palace and stopped. At this moment, one figure after another soared into the sky from the Demon Sea Palace. It was Shimao and a group of masters from the Demon Sea Palace. Yang Ocean, you are finally here. I have been waiting for you for many days. Shimao looked at Yang Ocean coldly. A few years ago, he first met Yang Ocean at the Wangxiang Palace Sword Conference. At that time, Yang Ocean was just a son of the Tangshan sect. A few years later, he met Yang Ocean again in his Demon Sea Palace, and Yang Ocean was already the new master of the Kanglan continent. Shimao looked at Yang Ocean, and his heart was somewhat complicated. I said I would come. Yang Ocean looked at Shimao with a calm face. Shimao's eyes were filled with murderous intent, and he looked intimidating without even getting angry. Yang Ocean, in the Sun and Moon Kingdom, you first killed all the ancestors of my Demon Sea Palace, and then in the Tai family mansion, you killed my Demon Sea Palace's young palace master and my disciples. How dare you come to my Demon Sea Palace? Do you really think that my Demon Sea Palace can't do anything to you? Since you are here today, don't leave today. Having said that, he looked at the blue blood dragon ancestor. Blue blood dragon ancestor, wait a minute. I will pull out your dragon tendons inch by inch. Let you know the feeling of living a life worse than death. At this moment, Shimao urged all his divine power, and a sea of blood surged into the sky. It was also the blood demon magic art, but the number of blood demons he condensed was not 200, nor 300, but 1000. 1000 blood demons were entwined around Shimao's body, and Shimao was like the ancestor of the blood demon. Feeling the strong aura on Shimao, the face of the blue blood dragon ancestor changed. God King 5th level? After reaching the realm of God King, every breakthrough is extremely difficult, but every time you upgrade a level, your strength will change dramatically. Yes, God King 5th level. Shimao saw the look on the blue blood dragon ancestor's face and sneered, you will die. He suddenly punched Yang Ocean, the blue blood dragon ancestor, Meng Bingsu, and the black dog at the same time. Suddenly, 1,000 blood demons roared at Yang Ocean and others. Young master, retreat quickly. The blue blood dragon ancestor suddenly punched out, facing Shimao's fist force, and said to Yang Ocean at the same time. Shimao sneered at the words, retreat? It's too late for you to retreat now. At this time, all the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace activated the Demon Sea Sword formation. Millions of sword ki rushed into the sky from the Demon Sea, and the surging demonic energy rolled and swam, and it instantly submerged the space where Yang Ocean and others were, and wrapped Yang Ocean and others heavily. Before you came, I had already modified the Magic Sea Sword formation, and expanded the attack range of the Magic Sea Sword formation by 10,000 miles. You are all now inside the Magic Sea Sword formation. None of you can escape. As Shimao's cold voice sounded, millions of sword energies shot towards Yang Ocean and his companions. The Magic Sea Sword Formation was one of the strongest sword formations in the Black Demon continent. Under the full force of thousands of ancestors in the Magic Sea Palace, it burst out with amazing power. Each sword energy was enough to seriously injure a powerful god king. And now, there were millions of sword energies. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 836. Who is Invincible? This is Invincible. Seeing the millions of sword energies that were enough to seriously injure the God King, Yang Zai Ocean activated the Chaos Darkness and Chaos Lightness godheads. Suddenly, darkness rose. Light illuminated the world. Two Chaos King godheads, one black and one bright, flew out of Yang Zai Ocean's body. Chaos was raging. Billions of lives were trembling. Thunder and lightning flashed, and the sky and the earth changed color. Under the impact and suppression of the power of the two Chaos King godheads, everything in the world was horrified. The strong men from all sides, who came to watch the battle from a far distance, were horrified, and all the masters of the Demon Sea Palace were horrified. Even some weak ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace were directly knocked down by the bombardment. Chaos Darkness, Chaos Lightness. Oh my god, he has cultivated two Chaos Godheads, not one, but two Chaos Godheads. There was a peerless emperor who was terrified and excited beyond compare. Shi Mao was also scared. He looked at the two terrifying giants, one black and one bright, hanging in the sky with horror. At this moment, many old monsters who had been sleeping for a long time in the Black Demon continent were all awakened. Countless great emperors and ancestors of countless sects in the Black Demon continent all looked at the direction of the Demon Sea Palace in shock. In the midst of everyone's shock, Yang Zai Ocean then activated the power of the four great divine bodies at the same time. Suddenly, time surged, fate descended, and Hong Meng and Origin shocked the world. The god of time, the god of fate, and the god of Hong Meng stood around Yang Zai Ocean's body. The power of the three gods is vast and boundless, especially the god of Hong Meng, whose power is even more invincible. When the power of the two great godheads and the four great divine bodies was activated, Yang Zai Ocean entered the state of selflessness, merged into the world, and suddenly blasted out with his fists. Collapse. The power of time, fate, Hong Meng, Origin and the chaotic darkness and chaotic light godheads roared out from his fists at the same time. The world twitched violently. Time is eternal. The power of the eternal time condensed into the river of time. When the millions of sword ki of the Demon Sea Sword Formation hit the river of time, they were all continuously corroded by the eternal power of the river of time. Destiny Cage. The power of destiny condensed into a cage of heaven and earth. After all the sword ki of the Demon Sea Sword Formation was corroded by the river of time, they entered the Destiny Cage, and were all imprisoned by the power of destiny. Hong Meng Devour. The power of Hong Meng passed by and continuously devoured the sword ki of the Demon Sea Sword Formation. Origin of all things. Wherever the power of Origin passed by, the sword ki of the Demon Sea kept going back, as if to return to the origin. Transform into chaos. Finally, the power of Chaos Darkness and Chaos Lightness bombarded the Demon Sea Sword Ki, that was swallowed by the power of Hong Meng with the momentum of destroying everything. The power that had been continuously weakened by time, destiny, Hong Meng, and the power of Origin was finally bombarded into chaos by Yang Zai Ocean's Chaos Darkness and Chaos Lightness, and merged into chaos. Even Shi Mao's Blood Demon Fist power was the same. After the power of the four great divine bodies was severely weakened, it was bombarded by the power of Chaos Darkness and Chaos Light godheads. The strong men from all sides were shocked beyond compare when they saw this scene. Even the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor was extremely shocked. Shi Mao and all the strong men in the Demon Sea Palace were terrified. Two great chaos godheads. The four great divine bodies. They actually blocked the power of the Demon Sea Sword Formation activated by all the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace. And they also blasted Shi Mao's fist force. And Yang Zai Ocean is only a peak of the late 9th level of a heavenly god. Not even a god lord. Everyone was so shocked that they were speechless. Eternally invincible. Invincible in the world. Who is invincible? Exclamation mark. This is Invincible. No one can think of words to describe the scene in front of them. It seems that they can only use eternal, invincible and invincible to describe the scene in front of them. Even Shimao, the strongest man in the Black Demon continent and a 5th level god king, was really scared when he saw Yang Zai Ocean with the 4 great divine bodies and 2 chaotic godheads. If Yang Zai Ocean had just come to the god realm with the power of Yang Zai Ocean's 4 great divine bodies, he would naturally be far from being able to resist Shimao's power. But now, Yang Zai Ocean's 4 great divine bodies have all made rapid progress, especially the Hang Meng divine body, which has broken through to the 17th level. Each of the 4 great divine bodies is eternal and unparalleled. The 17th level Hang Meng divine body can simply be described as terrifying. Although the eternal god body was not at the 17th level, it was close to it. The Hunio and Destiny god body was close to the 16th level. Even the Origin god body was close to the 14th level. The 4 great god bodies, the 2 Chaos King godheads, and the selfless state of the perfect realm made Yang Zai Ocean invincible. At this moment, suddenly, the demonic energy of Yang Zai Ocean's body was boiling, and 3000 innate demon gods gathered behind him. Innate demon god. It's the power of the innate demon god. How can he have the power of 3000 innate demon gods? Is he really the reincarnation of the Chaos Demon Lord? Seeing the 3000 innate demon gods behind Yang Zai Ocean, everyone's face changed drastically. But then, the power of light surged behind Yang Zai Ocean. This light power was different from the power of the Chaos Light Godhead. 14 golden wings of light gathered on Yang Zai Ocean's back. 14 golden wings of light. Everyone took a breath of cold air. Everyone knows that the ancestor of the God Realm Light Clan only had 10 wings of light. Yang Zai Ocean surpassed the ancestor of the Light Clan. Kill. When Shimao and the people of the Demon Sea Palace were shocked, Yang Zai Ocean shouted, entered the state of selflessness again, and punched out with both fists. The power of the 4 great divine bodies, the 2 great godheads of the King of Chaos, the 3000 innate demon gods, and the 14 wings of light burst out from his fists. Suddenly, the power of time, fate, primordial, origin, chaos, demon gods, and light once again ravaged the world. The heavy sword energy and demon energy of the Demon Sea Sword formation were constantly plowed away. Yang Zai Ocean's invincible power blasted into the Demon Sea Palace. Use all your strength to activate the Demon Sea Sword formation. Shimao roared, not caring about fear. The blood sea rose all over his body, and 1,000 blood demons reappeared, and suddenly punched out with both fists, facing Yang Zai Ocean's fists. All the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace frantically activated the Demon Sea Sword formation. Boom. Shimao's blood demon fist power and the power of the Demon Sea Sword formation collided with Yang Zai Ocean's power again. The entire Demon Sea Palace shook, the power of destruction swept, and the palaces collapsed one after another. Shimao was shocked and retreated repeatedly, while the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace were blown away one after another, smashed through the palaces, and vomited blood. The disciples of the Demon Sea Palace looked at this scene of destruction in horror. Shimao looked at the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace who were blown away, looked at Yang Zai Ocean with extreme anger, and then said ruthlessly, Yang Zai Ocean, at worst, we will die together. At this point, he took out a pill and swallowed it. After swallowing this pill, Shimao's aura continued to rise again. The ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace also took out the same pill and swallowed it. The aura of all the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace was constantly rising. Obviously, Shimao and the Demon Sea Palace swallowed the forbidden pill to forcibly increase their strength. Yang Zai Ocean, even if I die, I will kill you first. Shimao's eyes were bloodshot. He knew that things had come to this point, and could no longer be resolved peacefully. Chapter 837 The Divine Bee String actually broke. After Shimao finished speaking, a magic knife appeared in his hand. When this magic knife appeared, the magic energy of the entire Demon Sea actually boiled. Looking at the magic knife in Shimao's hand, many sect ancestors were shocked. Shaking the sea magic knife. Shaking the sea magic knife was the sword of the Lord of the Black Demon back then, and it was also known as the #1 magic knife in the Black Demon continent. It's the Shaking the Sea magic knife. Shimao actually got the Shaking the Sea magic knife of His Majesty the Black Demon. After more than 100,000 years, the Shaking the Sea magic knife has appeared again. Just as everyone was surprised, Shimao's whole body of magic energy surged into the sky, and a huge dark demon body appeared behind him. This is the body of the Black Demon. The Black Demon Great Law. Shimao practiced the Black Demon Great Law of the Lord of the Black Demon. After Shimao activated the Black Demon Great Law and condensed the Black Demon body, his aura increased again. The faces of the people around him changed drastically. So strong. I didn't expect Shimao to practice the Black Demon Great Law. His Majesty Yang Shen may not be able to resist Shimao's power this time. Kill. At this moment, Shimao's shaking the sea magic knife suddenly slashed out. When he slashed out with the sea-shaking demon sword in his hand, the power of 1,000 blood demons and black demon bodies flew out from the demon sword. The ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace once again activated the power of the Demon Sea Sword formation. The demonic energy covered the sky and the sword energy was overwhelming, and once again attacked Yang Ocean and his companions. Seeing this, Yang Ocean activated the two sword domains, and entered the state of selflessness. The two godheads, 4 divine bodies, 3,000 demon gods, and 14 wings of light attacked again. Boom. Yang Ocean's power once again collided with the power of Shimao and the Demon Sea Sword formation. The entire Demon Sea Sword formation shook violently, and the Demon Sea Palace collapsed. However, this time, Yang Ocean, Shimao, and the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace were all shocked and retreated. After Shimao and the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace swallowed the elixir and forcibly increased their strength, Yang Ocean and Shimao and the people of the Demon Sea Palace were evenly matched. Even so, it still shocked everyone. You know, Yang Ocean shook the entire Demon Sea Palace with his own strength. Shimao saw this, his face darkened, and he frantically urged the black magic again, raised the sea-shaking demon knife in his hand, and slashed it out. The Heaven and Earth Divine Sword and the Infinite Divine Sword appeared in Yang Ocean's hand, and the two sword domains expanded, and once again blasted against Shimao and the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace. Over and over again. In the blink of an eye, Yang Ocean and the masters of the Demon Sea Palace blasted more than a dozen times. Each blow was like the explosion of chaos thunder. The strong men from all sides in the distance were bombarded, and their heads were roaring. The power of destruction swept the world. The black dog standing next to Yang Ocean was a little annoyed by the constant explosions. He raised a paw and just pressed the air. When he pressed, everyone had an illusion that the world seemed to be completely pressed down, and the whole space was squeezed together like squeezed cotton. The heavy power of chaos continued to press down from the sky, and from the deepest part of the void. Shimao, who was originally fighting with Yang Ocean, felt that his whole body was hit by a terrifying chaotic mountain, and he fell into the depths of the Demon Sea Palace. There was a loud bang. The same was true for the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace. They were all hit by the chaotic mountain, and fell into the depths of the Demon Sea Palace. There were continuous loud bangs. Where Shimao and others fell, the surrounding Demon Sea palaces were all destroyed by the amazing force, and turned into powder. These palaces, even if they were blessed by the power of the god kings of the Demon Sea Palace, even if they were cast with the hardest divine iron in the Black Demon continent, were useless. They all turned into powder. Seeing this scene, everyone was shocked and looked at the black dog beside Yang Ocean in horror. Just by raising his paw and pressing lightly, Shimao, the #1 master of the Black Demon continent, and the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace were all blasted into the ground. The armor on the ancestors of the Demon Sea Palace exploded, and the divine bodies on their bodies showed shocking cracks. They were all dead. Although Shimao's situation was better, he was also lying there dying. This incredible scene shocked everyone. During the battle at the Heavenly Demon Temple, everyone knew that there was a very powerful black dog beside Yang Ocean, and everyone knew that this black dog came from the Heavenly Demon Temple, but the power that the black dog just showed was far beyond everyone's imagination. Even the blue blood dragon ancestor was shocked. At this time, Shimao used all his strength to swallow a mouthful of Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder water, and tried to stand up shakily. He also looked at the black dog in horror. This black dog is so strong. He looked at the black dog with a ferocious face, and took out the Divine Beast Ring. Divine Beast Ring. How come the Divine Beast Ring of Duobao Supreme is in Shimao's hands? Many people recognize the Divine Beast Ring of Duobao Supreme in Shimao's hands. When Yang Zai Ocean saw the divine beast ring in Shimao's hand, he also frowned. He didn't know the identity of Duobao Supreme before, but after coming to the divine realm, he already knew that Duobao Supreme was the #1 weapon refiner in the divine realm. The artifacts refined by Duobao Supreme were enthusiastically pursued by countless powerful people from all continents of the god realm, especially the divine beast ring he refined, which was said to be able to imprison any divine beast. At this moment, Shimao suddenly activated the divine beast ring in his hand, and the divine beast ring instantly expanded and turned into a huge light circle, passing through many layers of time and space, covering the black dog. Yang Zai Ocean stood next to the black dog and could clearly feel that the surrounding space was constantly tightening. A mysterious force was constantly compressed on the black dog. Just when Yang Zai Ocean was about to make a move, suddenly, the black dog raised its claws and actually grabbed the divine beast ring that fell down. I don't know how it grabbed it, I only saw that the divine beast ring that was originally surging with divine light was grabbed in its claws, and all the divine light disappeared instantly. Then, the black dog clenched its claws and saw that the divine beast ring actually broke, and it was broken into more than a dozen sections. Everyone was dumbfounded, including Shimao. After he got the divine beast ring, he treated it like a treasure over the years, and even took it out from time to time to wipe it, wiping it until it was shiny. However, this divine beast ring that was said to be able to imprison any divine beast not only could not imprison a black dog, but was also broken by the black dog. In the hands of the black dog, it seemed to be a rusty iron ring that broke at the first grip. How could this happen? Shimao couldn't believe it. This was the divine beast ring refined by Duobao Supreme. He had finally obtained it that year, but it was broken by a dog. At this time, the black dog looked up and looked at Shimao with disdain. The look in his eyes clearly said that Shimao actually wanted to use such a low-level thing to deal with it. It flicked lightly, and the divine beast ring that was broken into more than a dozen sections turned into more than a dozen streams of light, all of which hit Shimao, and Shimao was blown away. When he fell to the ground, many parts of his body had been completely pierced by the broken divine beast ring. Even his heart and throat were pierced. Shimao lay there, motionless, completely without breath, dead. His eyes were still wide open, full of disbelief. Fourth update in the evening. Chapter 838. The Third Sword Domain. Seeing Shimao dead, the masters who came to watch the battle were stunned. Before they came, who could have thought that Shimao would die in the hands of a black dog? Master, Grandmaster, Yibumo and the masters of the Demon Sea Palace looked at Shimao lying there, and they felt as if the sky was collapsing, and they all cried out in grief. Yang Zai Ocean walked into the Demon Sea Palace. Yang Zai Ocean, I'm going to kill you. A master of the Demon Sea Palace suddenly took out a yin lei and rushed towards Yang Zai Ocean. When he rushed, he frantically urged the power of the yin lei in his hand, trying to die with Yang Zai Ocean. However, before he rushed there, he was blown away by Yang Zai Ocean's chaotic power. The yin lei exploded, and the power rushed to Yang Zai Ocean, but was blocked by the barrier condensed by the power of the four great divine bodies. The power of the yin lei instead shook away many masters of the Demon Sea Palace. The remaining masters of the Demon Sea Palace looked at Yang Zai Ocean in shock and anger. Yibumo, like the other expert, was about to detonate the yin lei in his hand, but was blasted away by Yang Zai Ocean's finger. The remaining experts in the Demon Sea Palace dared not move. Yang Zai Ocean and his companions drove straight into the Demon Sea prison deep in the Demon Sea Palace. On the way, those who were blocked were blasted away by Yang Zai Ocean and the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor. When they were coming to the Demon Sea prison, they passed by the Demon Sea Palace treasure house. Yang Zai Ocean's heart moved, and he activated the Eternal Divine Body, directly assimilating the door of the Demon Sea treasure house into the sand of time. When the door of the Demon Sea treasure house opened, a lot of auspicious lights poured out from the treasure house. Yang Zai Ocean and his companions walked in, and saw that the treasure house was full of natural treasures, divine spirit stones, and divine medicines. In the depths of the treasure house, Yang Zai Ocean found more than 2,000 origin auras, but there were not many primordial auras, only more than 3,000, but there were quite a lot of sands of time and Hunio and Shinji Thunderwater. Yang Zai Ocean took all these things away and then continued to fly forward, arriving at the Devil Sea prison deep in the Devil Sea. According to Timu, the time god's tablet fell in this Devil Sea prison. Ms. Meng, Senior B, wait for me here. Yang Zai Ocean looked at the Devil Sea prison in front of him, which was emitting a lot of demonic power, and said to Meng Bingsu and Bixu Langzhu. Bixu Langzhu respectfully replied, young master, be careful. Meng Bingsu also said, young master, be careful. She could see that this Devil Sea prison was very strange. Yang Zai Ocean nodded, and then flew to the Devil Sea prison in front of him. Facing the Devil Sea prison, one of the most dangerous places in the Black Demon continent, Yang Zai Ocean did not dare to be careless. He put on the sun god armor, and activated the 4 great divine bodies at the same time. The Devil Sea prison is called a prison, because the Yin demon key keeps pouring out from under the Devil Sea prison. These demonic auras were extremely powerful. When they were blown up, many top divine bodies fell, and collapsed like rotten ice meat. Even the powerful God King did not dare to approach. However, when the demonic aura of the Devil Sea prison blew up, it was blocked by the barrier formed by the power of Yang Zai Ocean's 4 divine bodies. Seeing that the barrier formed by the power of the 4 divine bodies blocked the demonic aura, Yang Zai Ocean felt relieved and continued to go down. However, the further down he went, the stronger the demonic aura became. The demonic aura continued to blow on the barrier of the 4 divine bodies, and even the barrier of the 4 divine bodies gradually became dim. Yang Zai Ocean had to summon the 6 divine fires, and at the same time fully activated the power of the sun god flame of the sun god armor. However, after reaching 100 feet below, the Devil Sea prison below had completely solidified, and even the 6 divine fires in the sun god flame could not burn it. Yang Zai Ocean frowned. If this continued, he might not be able to reach the bottom of the Devil Sea prison in a month. After thinking about it, Yang Zai Ocean activated the power of the Chaos Light Godhead. Sure enough, under the power of Chaos Light, the Devil Sea prison quickly melted. In just half a day, Yang Zai Ocean arrived at the bottom of the Devil Sea prison. There was a huge black hole at the bottom of the Devil Sea prison. This black hole reminded Yang Zai Ocean of the Xitagabta's mouth that he saw in the Great Dragon Treasure. Could this black hole in the Devil Sea prison also lead to the 3 realms of hell? Yang Zai Ocean's eyes fell on the stone tablet next to the black hole. This stone tablet was one of the Time God tablets. Although it was eroded by the Yin demon's key day and night, the Time God's tablet was still shining. Yang Zai Ocean activated the power of Chaos Light to come to the Time God's tablet, and then use the power of the Eternal God body to pull up the Time God tablet. After getting the Time God's tablet, Yang Zai Ocean put it away and returned to the sky above the Devil Sea without stopping. The Bixu ancestors who were guarding outside saw Yang Zai Ocean coming out and couldn't help but greet him. I got the things, Yang Zai Ocean said to everyone. Everyone was relieved when they heard this. Then, Yang Zai Ocean did not leave the Demon Sea Palace, but went into seclusion in the Demon Sea Palace to refine the origin energy and primordial energy he had obtained this time. He decided to refine the origin energy and primordial energy, and then merge the sword domain of the Demon Sea Sword formation, after breaking through the 10th level of the Heavenly God. After several months, after refining all the origin energy and primordial energy, Yang Zai Ocean finally sensed the 10th barrier of the Heavenly God, and urged his divine power to blast open the 10th barrier of the Heavenly God in one fell swoop. After practicing for several more days, Yang Zai Ocean stabilized the 10th level of the Heavenly God, and then came to the center of the Demon Sea Sword formation. He saw hundreds of huge magic swords flying in the center of the Demon Sea Sword formation. These magic swords were the innate sword spirits, and these innate sword spirits condensed into a sword domain. Compared with the sword domain of the Great Dragon Sword formation, this sword domain is more solid and the sword power is also stronger. As Yang Zai Ocean walked into the center of the Demon Sea Sword formation, the violent sword power bombarded Yang Zai Ocean. The power of the sword in the center of the Magic Sea Sword formation is much stronger than that of the Great Dragon Sword formation. These sword energy forces blasted on the golden flame shield around Yang Zai Ocean, making a loud explosion. Yang Zai Ocean came to the center of the sword realm step by step, then sat down cross-legged, and began to comprehend the power of this sword realm. In the third sword realm, Yang Zai Ocean planned to practice the Taelong sword. As the sword energy filled his body, the Taelong sword intent of the peak realm flew out. After a few days, the Taelong sword intent began to integrate into the magic sea sword realm, and then began to thrive, gradually devouring and integrating the entire sword realm. A few months later, when Yang Xiaoshan walked out of the magic sea sword formation, his third sword intent, the Taelong sword intent, finally cultivated the sword realm. Young master, something happened. Just as Yang Xiaoshan walked out of the magic sea sword formation, the blue blood dragon ancestor came up and said anxiously. Seeing the anxious look on the jade blood dragon ancestor's face, Yang Xiaoshan was surprised. What happened? Not long after you entered the sword formation, a powerful force appeared on the Black Demon continent. Many superpowers in the Black Demon continent, including the clan heads, family heads, and even ancestors, were drained of their vitality and died. The Jade Blood Dragon ancestor said solemnly, in just a few months, dozens of superpowers in the Black Demon continent have been destroyed. Chapter 839 Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. Yang Xiaoshan was shocked. In just a few months, dozens of superpowers in the Black Demon continent were destroyed. You know, the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor was talking about superpowers, not ordinary powers. Do you know who it is? Yang Xiaoshan asked anxiously. Many people say that it was done by the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. The Blue Blood Dragon ancestor said hurriedly. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. Yang Xiaoshan's heart sank. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan is one of the 10 great demon clans in the prehistoric world. Its power is extremely strong, and its power is almost spread throughout the entire God's domain. The Zulan continent is the origin of the Dragon Clan in the God's domain. It is one of the most powerful continents in the God's domain. It gathers countless Dragon Clan powerhouses, including the Golden Dragon Clan, the White Dragon Clan, the Black Dragon Clan, the Yellow Dragon Clan, the Green Dragon Clan, the Blood Dragon Clan, etc. But the power of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan is comparable to the power of the entire Zulan continent. In the God's domain, when talking about the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan, everyone changes color. Let's go to the Black Demon Temple first. Yang Xiaoshan pondered. He now has to go to the Black Demon Temple to take the third time monument and devour and merge the sword domain of the Black Demon God slaying sword formation. Immediately, Yang Xiaoshan and his companions broke through the air and drove the Abyss spaceship to the Black Demon Temple. However, the Black Demon Temple is a bit far from the Demon Sea Palace. At the speed of Yang Xiaoshan and his companions, it will take a month to reach the Black Demon Temple. On the way, Yang Xiaoshan continued to swallow the Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunderwater and the Destiny Divine Fruit to practice, while refining the Sand of Time. Now, his eternal divine body is nearly 17 layers, and he must strive to break through the 17th layer of the eternal divine body. If his eternal divine body breaks through the 17th layer, then he will have two 17th layer divine bodies, and then his defense and attack will be greatly improved. And once his eternal divine body breaks through the 17th layer, his vitality will reach an astonishing level. A few days later, when the Abyss spaceship passed a certain place, a very strong smell of blood came. Yang Xiaoshan, who was standing on the bow, frowned, and then flew to the city ahead following the smell of blood. After arriving, he saw blood and corpses everywhere in the city. Yang Xiaoshan put away the spaceship and landed on the ground with the Blood Dragon ancestor. At first glance, there were dead bodies everywhere. When he unfolded his soul power, he found that there was no life in the city. Yang Xiaoshan walked forward and looked at the corpses that had been drained of vitality and blood, his face gloomy. Judging from the situation of these people being drained, there is no doubt that it was done by the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. Some masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan practiced the blood puppet magic skill, which specializes in devouring the vitality and blood of practitioners. The whole city was slaughtered, and these people of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan are too arrogant. The Blood Dragon ancestor also said in a deep voice, unable to hide his anger. The whole city was slaughtered. That is, those children and women were all killed. This practice is simply unscrupulous. Arrogant? My Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan will enslave the entire God's domain sooner or later. You will all be the blood food of our Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. At this time, a cold voice sounded. A figure walked out of the void. The person who came was a young man who looked like an ordinary human, but he had a pair of silver wings behind him. On the silver wings, there were countless demon runes. It was the ancient blood demon clan. The young man glanced at Yang Xiaoshan and the others, and finally his eyes fell on Meng Bingsu, his eyes burning. I didn't expect there was such a beauty in this world. At this point, he said to Yang Xiaoshan, boy, the beauty next to you will belong to me from now on. Then he suddenly used a claw to suck Yang Xiaoshan. Come here. It was obvious that he wanted to take Yang Xiaoshan away and swallow up all of Yang Xiaoshan's vitality and blood. However, after he used the blood demon great sucking skill that had worked every time before to cover Yang Xiaoshan, he found that Yang Xiaoshan stood still, and even the corner of his clothes did not move. The young man was stunned and increased the suction force again. But no matter how much he increased the power, Yang Xiaoshan never moved. Yang Xiaoshan looked at the other party. It seems that your blood demon sucking power is useless to me. At this point, he suddenly grabbed the other party with a claw. Come here. Immediately, the young man of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan flew towards Yang Xiaoshan involuntarily. Even if he used all his divine power, he could not control his body. The young man of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan was shocked. Soon, the young man was grabbed by Yang Xiaoshan. Yang Xiaoshan grabbed the other party's neck. How could you? You are only a heavenly god. The other party looked at Yang Xiaoshan in disbelief. When Yang Xiaoshan attacked just now, he could see that Yang Xiaoshan was only a heavenly god of the 10th level. He is a god king of the 1st level. Yesterday in this city, there were no less than 100 gods who were drained of their vitality and blood by him. Now he was grabbed by a heavenly god. Nothing is impossible in this world. Yang Xiaoshan looked at the other party. You think it's impossible, just because you haven't seen it. Did you kill all the people in the city? Hearing this, the other party laughed fiercely. Yes, I killed them all. I sucked their vitality and blood. Boy, I'm a direct descendant of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. This time, our Silver Sky Blood Demon clan has hundreds of masters. If you dare. However, as soon as he said this, Yang Xiaoshan directly grabbed his neck and broke it alive. The young man of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan still had a look of astonishment on his face. Obviously, he didn't expect Yang Xiaoshan to kill him, and kill him so easily. Just admit it. But you talk too much nonsense. The sun and moon on Yang Xiaoshan's body rose and fell, and the sun and moon divine flames surged from his palms, burning the other party's body clean. I didn't expect that the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan would come with hundreds of masters. The green blood dragon ancestor looked solemn. The young man from the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan just now should be just a minor character. The strength of the other hundreds of masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan should be stronger than him. Let's go to the Black Demon Temple. Yang Xiaoshan took everyone up and continued to rush to the Black Demon Temple. Later on the way, Yang Xiaoshan and his friends encountered several cities that were slaughtered. The people of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan are simply lawless. The blue blood dragon ancestor said angrily. On this day, when Yang Xiaoshan and his friends passed by a city, the people in the city were panicked. Many masters from the sects and families were discussing the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. I heard that not only the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan came this time, but also the masters of the Otherworldly Demon clan. Yang Xiaoshan's heart sank again when he heard it. After arriving in the god's domain, he already knew that the Otherworld King and the Otherworld Demon clan that he killed in the wilderness domain were only a small part of the Otherworld Demon clan. As one of the 10 great demon clans in the prehistoric world, the power of the Otherworld Demon clan was far beyond his imagination. The power in the god realm alone is even stronger than that of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. This time, not only did the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan come to the Black Demon continent, but even the Hell Demon clan also came with experts. What puzzled Yang Xiaoshan was why the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan and the Hell Demon clan came to a small continent like the Black Demon continent. Chapter 840 Whoever dares to come near will die. Not only Yang Xiaoshan was puzzled, but also the blue blood dragon ancestor was puzzled. I heard that the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan and the Nether Hell Demon clan have blocked the Black Demon Temple. Just as Yang Xiaoshan and his companions passed by a certain restaurant, someone in the restaurant was discussing. What? Block the Black Demon Temple? Why did the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan and the Nether Hell Demon clan block the Black Demon Temple? I don't know. I heard that they were breaking into the Black Demon Killing God Sword formation, and there should be something inside the Black Demon Killing God Sword formation. Is it for the time monument inside the Black Demon Killing God Sword formation? It shouldn't be. Listening to the discussion, Yang Xiaoshan frowned. Has the Black Demon Temple been blocked by the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Nether Hell Demon Clan? If so, it would be troublesome. However, although he knew that the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Nether Hell Demon Clan had blocked the Black Demon Temple, Yang Xiaoshan's plan remained unchanged, and he and the Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor continued to rush to the Black Demon Temple. A few days later, the Black Demon Temple was in sight. The Black Demon Temple was the palace where the Lord of the Black Demon practiced back then. At this time, the demonic energy was rolling, the dark energy was surging, and there was a faint sound of ghosts howling. At the same time, there were thunderous noises from time to time. Obviously, the masters of the Ancient Blood Demon Clan and the Hell Demon Clan were working together to forcibly bombard the Black Demon Killing God Sword formation. Although they were very far apart, they could still sense the amazing power caused by the bombardment of the two demon masters. Yang Xiaoshan couldn't help but use the Yellow Spring Eye of the Yellow Spring Demon Sect. He saw the Yellow Spring Eye between his eyebrows open and look at the Black Demon Temple. The Yellow Spring Eye penetrated the heavy demonic energy, the dark energy and the ghost energy, and saw the situation around the Black Demon Temple clearly. After a while, Yang Xiaoshan retracted the Yellow Spring Eye. There were more masters of the Ancient Blood Demon Clan and the Hell Demon Clan than Yang Xiaoshan imagined. There were 400 or 500 people from the Ancient Blood Demon Clan. Although there were not many masters of the Hell Demon Clan, there were also more than 100 people. What made Yang Xiaoshan feel relieved was that although there were many masters from the two demon clans, they were not strong. The strongest was only at the 4th level of the God King, and there were only more than 10 people in the God King realm. Seeing that there were not many masters from the two demon clans, Yang Xiaoshan flew to the Black Demon Temple with several people from the Green Blood Dragon Clan. Looking at the two demon clan masters who were bombarding the Black Demon God Slaying Sword formation, Yang Xiaoshan's eyes were cold. There should be a lot of origin energy and time sand on these demon clan masters. As long as there are 2000 more origin energy, his origin god body can break through the 14th level and then condense the origin god. As long as there are 100 fist-sized balls of time sand, his eternal god body can break through the 17th level. Just as Yang Xiaoshan and his companions were flying towards the Black Demon Temple, several Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan masters guarding the outer periphery of the temple shouted from afar, "The Black Demon Temple has been blocked by our Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. No one is allowed to approach. Anyone who dares to approach will die." However, as soon as he finished speaking, Yang Xiaoshan punched out directly, and immediately, the masters of the 7th level of the Divine Lord realm were directly blown up by Yang Xiaoshan. Yang Xiaoshan's fist power ravaged the heaven and earth, and the heavy demonic energy, ghost energy and nether energy were blown up. The movement here alarmed the two demon clan masters who were attacking the Black Demon Killing God Sword formation. "Go and see what's going on." A Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan God King 4th level master's face sank and said to the masters behind him. The masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan responded respectfully and flew towards Yang Xiaoshan one after another. Yang Xiaoshan blasted the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and continued to fly towards the Black Demon Killing God Sword formation without stopping. Soon, they met the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan masters and the Nether Hell Demon Clan masters who came over. Without waiting for the two demon clan masters to speak, Yang Xiaoshan immediately activated the power of the 3 sword domains. The power of the 3 sword domains of heaven and earth, infinite, and Taelang merged, the power surged, and infinite sword energy sprayed. Suddenly, the two demon clan masters who came over screamed, and were blown up by the sword energy of the 3 sword domains. After dealing with these demon clan masters, Yang Xiaoshan continued to fly to the Black Demon Killing God Array. When encountering the two demon clan masters, Yang Xiaoshan and the Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor both took action directly and killed them directly. After dealing with these demon clan masters, Yang Xiaoshan directly took away all the space artifacts of everyone. After dealing with 4 groups of demon clan masters, Yang Xiaoshan and his companions finally arrived in front of the Black Demon Killing God Array, and the demon clan masters who were attacking the Black Demon Killing God Array all stopped. The 4th level master of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan took a look at the corpse of the master of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan in the distance. His face was extremely gloomy, and the blood demon energy surged all over his body. He stared at Yang Ocean with an extremely cold look. "Boy, you are very brave. You dare to kill so many masters of my Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. Kill so many masters of my Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. No one in the entire God realm can save you." However, as soon as he finished speaking, he saw Yang Ocean's 4 great divine bodies activated, and the chaotic dark godhead flew out, and the world fell into endless darkness. In an instant, the heaven and earth divine sword and the infinite divine sword in Yang Ocean's hands instantly slashed across the throat of the 4th level master of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. Blood splattered in the air. Before the 4th level master of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan could react, Yang Ocean flashed, and the heaven and earth divine sword and the infinite divine sword in his hands continued to kill the other God King masters around him. Driven by the power of the chaos dark godhead and the 4 godly bodies, the sword in Yang Ocean's hand kept flashing in the endless darkness. Every time it flashed, a powerful demon king fell. In the blink of an eye, more than a dozen demon kings were killed by Yang Ocean. The blood dragon ancestor attacked at the same time, attacking and killing the other masters of the 2 demons. The sound of killing shook the sky. In the chaos and darkness, Yang Ocean was like the dark death god, constantly reaping the lives of the 2 demon masters. The 2 demon masters roared angrily and attacked one after another, but it was useless. In the end, the 2 demon masters were all killed by Yang Ocean and the blood dragon ancestor. Yang Ocean took back the chaos dark godhead, looked at the corpses of the 2 demons on the ground, and began to collect the space artifacts of everyone. Afterwards, Yang Ocean opened the space artifacts of everyone, and to Yang Ocean's surprise, there were quite a lot of origin energy and primordial energy on the 2 demon masters. The origin key on the bodies of the dozen or so God Kings alone totaled more than 6,000 origin key. And the Hangmen key was even more than 10,000. There were also a lot of time sand and primordial tribulation thunder water. With only 100 fist-sized balls of time sand, his eternal god body could break through the 17th level. The time sand on the bodies of the masters of the 2 demon clan combined more than 100 balls, probably 300 balls. As for those god-grade spiritual veins, god pills, and god medicines, there were even more, piled up like a mountain, comparable to the treasure house of the Demon Sea Palace. Master Ding, it seems that it won't take long for your injuries to recover, Yang Ocean said with a smile. The primordial tribulation thunder water he had obtained before hadn't been used up yet, and there was more primordial tribulation thunder water in the warehouse. It seems that dealing with the 10 great demon clans of the prehistoric world may not be a bad thing. Chapter 841 Flower of Destiny. Hearing this, Uncle Ding smiled and said, "When are we going to visit the treasure house of the God's Domain headquarters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Otherworldly Demon Clan?" Yang Ocean choked. "Go to the God's Domain headquarters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Otherworldly Demon Clan? Sweat. Then wait until he surpasses the realm of the God King." So, Yang Ocean gave half of the Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water he got to Uncle Ding, and asked Uncle Ding to continue to recover from his injuries. However, although the Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water is a treasure, but within a day, swallowing more Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water, the effect is almost the same as swallowing a mouthful of Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water, so Uncle Ding can only swallow a mouthful of Hunyuan Heavenly Tribulation Thunder Water every day to slowly recover from his injuries. At this time, the black dog came to Yang Ocean, rubbed against Yang Ocean, and shouted. Yang Ocean was speechless, and could only make a bitter face and cut another piece of Chaos Spirit Stone for this guy. Seeing this, Meng Bingsu smiled with her eyes bent. She seemed to like seeing Yang Ocean's bitter face. Yang Ocean smiled at Heli Gao and said, "Hey Yi, do you know where there is a Chaos Spiritual Vein? When will we go and look for it?" Originally, Yang Ocean wanted to call Heli Gao dog brother or doggy, but this guy looked unhappy and kept barking. Finally, Yang Ocean called him Heli Yi, and Heli Gao stopped protesting. However, in the past few years, Heli Yi has been asking him for a Chaos Spiritual Stone from time to time. If his chaos spiritual vein continues like this, it will be eaten up sooner or later. When He Gao heard this, he barked twice, and then wrote a few crooked words on the ground with his hands. The words were quite ugly, but Yang Xiaoshan still recognized what they were. Heaven and Earth Divine Palace. Yang Xiaoshan's forehead suddenly blackened. He understood what He meant. However, in the divine realm, who dares to rob the Heaven and Earth Divine Palace? Even the strongest armies of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Underworld Demon Clan did not dare to rob the Heaven and Earth Divine Palace. Ignoring He, Yang Xiaoshan walked towards the Black Demon Temple. The Black Demon Temple and the Black Demon God-slaying sword formation merged into one. As soon as Yang Xiaoshan approached the Black Demon Temple, the God-slaying sword key came towards Yang Xiaoshan. The God-slaying sword key hit the golden flame light shield of Master Ding, making a loud noise. Amid the fierce attack of the God-slaying sword key, Yang Xiaoshan came step by step to the gate of the Black Demon Temple. There was also a large formation restriction on the gate. Yang Xiaoshan studied it for a while, waved his hands, condensed the darkness and the Demon Clan divine runes, and began to break the restrictions on it. In just a moment, he broke the restrictions on it, and pushed open the gate of the temple. The Black Demon Temple is divided into several layers, inside and outside. The walls of the outer hall are engraved with various sword techniques, and there is nothing else. Yang Xiaoshan walked through the outer hall, and walked towards the inner hall. As he walked inside, the God-slaying sword key became stronger and stronger, and the light of the golden flame light shield was shaken. After Yang Xiaoshan broke several restrictions, he came to the inner hall. The inner hall is also the center of the God-slaying sword formation. A time god's tablet was inserted into the courtyard in front of the inner hall. Yang Xiaoshan was delighted. He came to the time god's tablet, activated the power of the eternal god body, and pulled the time god's tablet out of the ground. The third time god's tablet was finally in hand. Yang Xiaoshan put away the third time god's tablet, and then looked at the tightly closed door of the inner hall. I don't know what is in this inner hall that can attract so many masters from the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Hell Demon Clan. Before arriving at the door of the inner hall, I saw a dark formation imprinted on the door. This dark formation is very complicated, and is one of the most complicated divine formations Yang Xiaoshan has encountered so far. However, Yang Xiaoshan's formations have been greatly improved in the past few years, and it is not difficult to break this dark formation. In just half a day, Yang Xiaoshan broke the dark formation at the door of the inner hall. However, when Yang Xiaoshan opened the door of the inner hall, suddenly, a strange force surged from the inner hall. What is this strange force? Yang Xiaoshan was shocked and looked towards the inner hall. He saw a flower similar to the flower of the other shore planted in a corner of the inner hall. The flower was blooming with many divine lights. This divine light was a little special. There were some lights around the flower. It was the flower spirit. Looking at this flower, Yang Xiaoshan was stunned at first, and then his eyes widened, and he was very surprised. What is it? Flower of Destiny. Ding Yi's surprised voice sounded. Flower of Destiny. A divine flower that is rarer than the flower of the other shore. The flower of the other shore helps to cultivate the eternal divine body, while the flower of destiny helps to cultivate the divine body of destiny, and the effect of the flower of destiny is even greater. The flower of destiny in front of him was obviously just matured not long ago. Yang Xiaoshan didn't expect that there would be a flower of destiny in the Black Demon Temple. With this flower of destiny, his Hunyuan Xianming divine body will have the hope of breaking through the 16th level. Yang Xiaoshan came to the flower of destiny in surprise. The flower of destiny seemed to sense the power of Hunyuan Xianming and Xianming divine body in Yang Xiaoshan's body, and swayed gently. Yang Xiaoshan looked at the lovely flower of destiny in front of him, stretched out his hand and gently dug the flower of destiny out of the soil, and then put it into the Bilong Xianding. Yang Xiaoshan exhaled, and then looked at other corners of the inner hall. He saw that there were many books and jade bottles piled up in the inner hall. Yang Xiaoshan roughly flipped through these books, which were all the skills and unique skills practiced by the Lord of Black Demon. Yang Xiaoshan even found the Black Demon Great Lore and the Shaking Sea Sword skill. The Shaking Sea Sword skill is the main sword skill of the Lord of Black Demon, and is known as the best sword skill in the Black Demon continent. However, Yang Xiaoshan can see that Shimao has only practiced the basics. Yang Xiaoshan took away all these books, but the pills in the jade bottles were not satisfactory and had little effect on Yang Xiaoshan. After Yang Xiaoshan took the pills away, he searched the inner hall and other palaces of the Black Demon Temple again, but could not find any divine spiritual veins, origin energy, primordial energy, and Hunio and Chai thunder water. Originally, he came to the Black Demon Temple this time to devour and merge the sword domain of the Black Demon God-slaying sword formation, but the sword domain of the God-slaying sword formation was not stable, and he could not devour and merge it at all. In desperation, Yang Xiaoshan could only withdraw from the Black Demon Temple, and then left with the Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor, Meng Bingsu and others. After leaving, Yang Xiaoshan found a place to start retreating to refine the Flower of Destiny and the Origin Key and Hang Meng Key obtained from the two great demon masters. At the same time, Yang Xiaoshan asked the Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor to inquire about the whereabouts of his master Hang Feng. After Yang Xiaoshan refined the Flower of Destiny, the Hunio Heavenly Destiny Divine Body broke through the 16th level as expected, and his own realm also broke through to the middle 10th level of the Heavenly God. Just after Yang Xiaoshan refined the Flower of Destiny, the Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor reported to him that he had inquired about the news of his master Hang Feng. What? Went to the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion? Yang Xiaoshan was very surprised. He didn't expect his master to go to the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion. Yes, Sword Ancestor Hang Feng should have gone to participate in the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion assessment. The Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor said, the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth was created by the Lord of Heaven and Earth, and is also the first Divine Palace in the Divine Realm. Every 100 years, it recruits disciples from the Divine Realm. Millions of masters from the Divine Realm can pass the assessment and become disciples of the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth. The assessment of disciples of the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth is divided into the assessment of inner disciples and the assessment of outer disciples. The Divine King Realm can participate in the assessment of inner disciples, and the Divine Lord Realm can participate in the assessment of outer disciples. Chapter 842 Zulan Continent. Therefore, when his master went to participate in the assessment of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion, he should have participated in the assessment of inner disciples. There is a saying in the Divine Realm that the end of cultivation is to join the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion. You can imagine the status of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion in the Divine Realm. Although the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion has not yet ruled the Divine Realm, it is recognized as the first force in the Divine Realm. There are millions of continents in the Divine Realm. If a strong person joins the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion in any continent, it is the supreme honor of the entire continent, and will be recorded in the divine history of the continent. When will the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion recruit disciples next time? Yang Xiaoshan asked. The next time will be 10 years later. The Blood Dragon Ancestor said. 10 years. Yang Xiaoshan's heart sank. Time is too tight. He is only in the middle stage of the 10th level of the Heavenly God. It is too difficult to break through to the God Lord realm within 10 years and participate in the assessment of outer disciples of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion. Young master, why don't you wait until the next time to participate in the assessment of outer disciples of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion? The Blood Dragon Ancestor said. Yang Xiaoshan shook his head. The next time the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion recruits disciples, it will take 110 years. It's too long. Although the next time the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion would recruit disciples would be 10 years later, time was tight, but he still wanted to try. He wanted to successfully break through to the Divine Lord realm within 10 years. However, this time the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion has issued a new rule. Even the disciples of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Otherworld Demon Clan can participate in the assessment and join the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion. The Blue Blood Dragon Ancestor thought of something and said, the disciples of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Otherworld Demon Clan can also participate in the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion? Yang Xiaoshan frowned. Is it a new rule issued by the Lord of Heaven and Earth? The Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion was created by the Lord of Heaven and Earth, and the Lord of Heaven and Earth is the Lord of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion. In the past, in view of the cruel methods of the 10 great demon clans in the prehistoric world, the Lord of Heaven and Earth stipulated that the disciples of the 10 great demon clans in the prehistoric world were not allowed to participate in the assessment of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion. Why did this rule suddenly change now? Not very clear. The blue blood dragon ancestor shook his head and said, some people say that the Lord of Heaven and Earth has been in seclusion for many years, and now the affairs of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion are all managed by his disciple Kangsu Supreme. Kangsu Supreme. Yang Zai Ocean read. The Lord of Heaven and Earth has only one disciple, and that is Kangsu Supreme Zaoming. There are many legends about the Supreme Kangsu. It is said that the Supreme Kangsu was born with the Supreme Sword Body, Sword Heart, Sword Soul, Sword Bone, and Sword Vein. And he cultivated 9 divine bodies. The first divine body is the top divine body rarely seen in the world. Not only that, the Supreme Kangsu has also cultivated 14 kinds of the strongest sword domains, and even cultivated the divine art of heaven and earth that dominates the world to perfection. Do you mean that it is a new rule issued by the Supreme Kangsu that allows the disciples of the 10 great demon clans in the prehistoric world to participate in the assessment of the divine palace of heaven and earth? Yang Zai Ocean asked. Many people speculate that this is the case, but I don't know if it is true. The blue blood dragon ancestor said. Yang Zai Ocean nodded and then continued to retreat and refine the more than 6,000 origin key. After breaking through the middle stage of the 10th level of the heavenly god, his speed of refining the origin key increased again. Now he can refine 60 every day, so after more than 3 months, all the origin key will be refined. After refining more than 6,000 origin key, Yang Zai Ocean's origin divine body not only broke through the 14th level, but also reached the peak of the late 14th level. Yang Zai Ocean's strength also broke through to the late 10th level of the heavenly god. Afterwards, Yang Zai Ocean began to refine the primordial energy in his body. After a few months, Yang Zai Ocean refined all the primordial energy in his body and broke through to the peak of the late 10th level of the heavenly god. However, after his primordial divine body broke through the 17th level, it became increasingly difficult to improve. After refining all the primordial energy in his body, he only broke through to the middle 17th level. After refining the primordial energy, Yang Zai Ocean did not practice in seclusion again, but planned to go to the Zulan continent. In order for him to successfully survive the Chaos God Tribulation, the 4 divine bodies must be 17th level, and the 15 sword intents must be cultivated into the sword domain. It is not difficult for him to cultivate the 4 divine bodies to the 17th level, but it is difficult for all 15 sword intents to cultivate the sword domain. Now, he still lacks 12 kinds of sword domains. According to Mr. Ding, the sword formation that gave birth to the most sword domains is in the Zulan continent, so he wants to go to the Zulan continent to take a look. Moreover, Timu, the ancestor of the Tai family, said that there are 3 time monuments in the Zulan continent, and the Lord of Time may also be in the Zulan continent. However, just when Yang Zai Ocean was about to go to the Zulan continent, Meng Bingsu came to Yang Zai Ocean and said that she would be away for a few days. Yang Zai Ocean was very surprised. I wonder where Miss Meng is going? Meng Bingsu pondered and said, I'm going to the land of demon ancestor. Recently, she has awakened some memories about her life experience. Back then, someone planted a dark ban in her body. This person was the primordial demon ancestor. So, she is going to the land of demon ancestor. The land of demon ancestor. Yang Zai Ocean was surprised. He knew the danger of the land of demon ancestor. The Zulan continent is the birthplace of all dragons in the divine realm, and the land of demon ancestor is the birthplace of all demons in the divine realm. No one knows where the headquarters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan and the Hell Demon Clan in the divine realm are, but many people speculate that it is very likely in the land of demon ancestor. Meng Bingsu nodded. I'm going to the land of demon ancestor to find someone. Then she smiled at Yang Zai Ocean and said, young master will participate in the Xiandi Shenfu assessment in 10 years, right? We will meet again in the Xiandi Shenfu then. The land of demon ancestor is dangerous. Miss Meng must be careful. Yang Zai Ocean said. Meng Bingsu smiled and said, although the land of the demon ancestor is dangerous, I should be fine. Young master, you have killed 2 disciples of the demon clan, so be careful. Then she touched the head of the black dog and said, goodbye, little dog. After that, she flashed and turned into a dreamy ice and snow, disappearing between heaven and earth. Looking at Meng Bingsu who suddenly disappeared without a trace, Yang Zai Ocean couldn't help but become more curious about Meng Bingsu's identity. After a while, Yang Xiaoshan also drove the Abyss spaceship, and the blue blood dragon ancestor and the black dog broke through the air and left, heading for the Zulan continent. The Zulan continent is extremely far away, and even with the divine spirit stone driving it, it will take about half a year to get there. However, on the way, Yang Xiaoshan can take the opportunity to refine the sand of time on his body. On the way, Yang Xiaoshan did not stop when he passed some continents. Half a year later, when Yang Xiaoshan and his companions arrived at the Zulan continent, Yang Xiaoshan just refined all the sand of time on his body. And his eternal divine body not only broke through to the 17th level, but also broke through to the peak of the early 17th level. Zulan continent. Yang Xiaoshan stood at the bow of the spaceship, looking at the magnificent Zulan continent in front of him, and his blood was boiling. Over the years, he has been practicing the ancient dragon art unremittingly. His ancient dragon art has already broken through the 17th level, and reached the peak of the late 17th level. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 843, the second half of the Ancient Dragon Technique. Zulan Continent. Uncle Ding also sighed in a different tone. It's a pity that B-Boy is no longer here. B-Boy. Yang Xiaoshan was puzzled. Uncle Ding said, you have cultivated your Tegu Shilling due to the peak of the late 17th level. Do you think it is difficult to break through? Yang Xiaoshan nodded. He had cultivated his Tegu Shilling due to the peak of the late 17th level for some years, but he could not break through to the 18th level. Your Tegu Shilling was created by the ancestor of the dragon clan in Zulan continent, but you are only practicing the first half now. Uncle Ding said, there is still the second half. Yang Xiaoshan was stunned. The Tegu Shilling he practiced was actually created by the ancestor of the dragon clan in the god's domain. There is still the second half. No wonder he has not been able to break through the 18th level in the past few years. The second half is in the Zulan Palace in Zulan continent, Uncle Ding said. Zulan Palace. Yang Xiaoshan suddenly felt hopeful. The ancestor of the dragon clan left behind the ancestral teachings of the dragon clan. If someone can practice his dragon art to the 19th level, this person will be the leader of the dragon clan in the future. He can inherit his legacy and rule the Zulan continent, Uncle Ding said. Yang Xiaoshan was shocked. There is such a thing. The many dragon clans in the Zulan continent of the divine realm are powerful. If they can rule the Zulan continent, it will be absolutely amazing. He has now practiced the dragon art to the peak of the late 17th level. As long as he gets the lower half, he will have the hope of practicing to the 19th level. But, it is not easy to enter the Zulan Palace. Uncle Ding said, you must find the Zulan Pearl. Only the Zulan Pearl can open the Zulan Palace. Zulan Pearl. Yang Xiaoshan was stunned. The Zulan Pearl has disappeared for many years, but it should still be in the Zulan continent. Uncle Ding said, you have practiced the ancient dragon art to the peak of the late 17th level. As long as you are within a radius of hundreds of miles, you can sense the existence of the Zulan Pearl. So, there is still hope to find the Zulan Pearl. Yang Xiaoshan smiled bitterly when he heard it. Can the existence of the ancestral dragon pearl be sensed within a radius of hundreds of miles? However, the ancestral dragon continent is vast and boundless, and it is still like looking for a needle in a haystack to find the ancestral dragon pearl. Uncle Ding, is it possible that no one in the ancestral dragon continent has been able to practice the dragon art to the 19th level in all these years? Yang Xiaoshan asked curiously. Do you think that the ancient dragon art is a roadside skill and is so easy to practice? Uncle Ding snorted. To practice the ancient dragon art, the first condition is to have a dragon martial spirit of level 14 or above. And even if you have a dragon martial spirit of level 14, it is difficult to practice the ancient dragon art to the 14th level. Even some of the powerful ancient dragons can practice the ancient dragon art to the 13th level, and there are very few. Not to mention the 15th level. And the 19th level? Yang Xiaoshan's heart moved. So, since the ancestor of the dragon clan in the divine realm, only he has practiced the ancient dragon art to the 17th level? Aren't you looking for the sword formation of the birth sword field? There are 2 such sword formations in the ancestral dragon hall, Uncle Ding said. 2. Yang Xiaoshan was delighted. So, we just need to find another 10. There should be more than a dozen sword formations that gave birth to the sword realm in this Zulan continent, Uncle Ding said. However, I haven't been back to the divine realm for many years, so I don't know much about Zulan. You can ask Xiao Busy. Yang Xiaoshan couldn't help but ask the blue blood dragon ancestor. Old Busy, do you know about the sword formation that gave birth to the sword realm in Zulan continent? The blue blood dragon ancestor pondered. I haven't been back to Zulan continent for many years, but I remember that there was a 5-element sword formation that gave birth to the sword realm in the 5-element land. The 5-element land is not far ahead. We can get there in one day. In addition to the 5-element land, there is also a 5-element sword formation in the sword realm, the Burial Dragon Valley and the Dark Dragon Mountain, and the Burial Dragon Valley has the most sword formations that gave birth to the sword realm, with 3. But the Burial Dragon Valley and the Dark Dragon Mountain are a bit far. Then, the Blue Blood Dragon ancestor and Yang Xiaoshan talked about the 5-element land, the Burial Dragon Valley, and the Dark Dragon Mountain. The land of 5 element is a dangerous place in the ancestral dragon continent, and it is also a treasure land of the ancestral dragon continent. Although there are countless formations inside, there are also many treasures. It is a place where many dragon disciples and strong men practice. There are even dragon disciples who have found natural treasures such as the spirit of the 5 element in the land of 5 element. The buried dragon valley is the place where the dragon strong men are buried. The Dark Dragon Mountain is where the ancestor of the Black Dragon clan practiced in the past. The land of 5 element. Yang Xiaoshan said, then let's go to the land of 5 element first. Timu said that there is a time monument in the land of 5 element, and we will take that time monument by the way. So, Yang Xiaoshan and his friends came to the land of 5 element. One day later, they arrived at the land of 5 element. The entrance to the land of 5 element is not big, and it can only accommodate several people at the same time, but after entering, the view is instantly open. What Yang Xiaoshan saw was an endless earthy yellow land. Since the 5 element sword formation is deep in the land of 5 element, Yang Xiaoshan flew all the way to the depths of the 5 element sword formation. However, just as Yang Xiaoshan was heading deep into the 5 element land, the Hangmeng divine tree suddenly began to vibrate. Yang Xiaoshan was startled. What is this? Exclamation mark. Xianshan Zirong? Only Xianshan Zirong can make the Hangmeng divine tree move so strangely. There is also Xianshan Zirong in the 5 element land, which is simply a pleasant surprise. Yang Xiaoshan immediately flew in the direction of the Hangmeng divine tree's sensing. Not long after, Yang Xiaoshan arrived in front of a sacred mountain. This sacred mountain was very tall, with the 5 element of spiritual energy entangled on it, emitting a lot of forbidden power. Xianshan Zirong was at the bottom of this sacred mountain. Looking at this sacred mountain, Yang Xiaoshan was too lazy to break the restrictions on it one by one. He activated the 17 layers of eternal divine body, and the god of time condensed behind him, and suddenly punched out. Suddenly, the eternal power of time was like a tsunami, bombarding the sacred mountain. The forbidden light of the sacred mountain array rushed to the sky, trying to block Yang Xiaoshan's fist power, but they were all assimilated by the power of time, turned into grains of time sand, and disappeared in the river of time. Boom. The sacred mountain was hit by the fist of time. Suddenly, the whole sacred mountain was blown up. Dust rolled, and then even the dust was assimilated by the power of time, and disappeared in the river of time. The blue blood dragon ancestor was shocked by the power of Yang Xiaoshan's fist of time, and even the black dog laughed. After the eternal divine body broke through the 17th level, Yang Xiaoshan also used it for the first time. It was also unexpected to see that the power of time of the eternal divine body was so powerful. His eyes fell on the yellowish earth block under the sacred mountain. The yellowish earth block was the Xianshan Zirong. Just when Yang Xiaoshan was about to go forward to take the Xianshan Zirong, a sound of breaking through the air came from behind, and a group of dragon disciples flew over. Obviously, Yang Xiaoshen's fist force just now attracted the attention of these dragon disciples. Xianshan Zirong. One of them saw the Xianshan Zirong and was overjoyed and laughed. It turned out to be Xianshan Zirong. We are very lucky today. We found a piece of Xianshan Zirong not long after entering the 5-element land. Chapter 844. Silver Sky Blood Demon Young Patriarch. The other Dragon Clan disciples were overjoyed. The people who came were disciples of the Black Dragon, Red Dragon, and Golden Dragon clans. This time, the disciples of the 3 clans joined together to enter the 5-element land trial. This piece of innate soil is so big, we 3 clans divided it equally. Aokin, the young patriarch of the Black Dragon clan, laughed. Yes, we 3 clans divided it equally, and each clan can get a lot. Aohei, the young patriarch of the Red Dragon clan, laughed. Only Aozhi, the young patriarch of the Golden Dragon clan, did not speak. He looked at Yang Xiaoshen's back, and his face changed drastically. Of course he remembered this blue shirt figure. And he remembered it clearly. He looked at the black dog next to Yang Xiaoshen again. It was indeed a black dog. The black dog from the Heavenly Demon Temple. He actually came to the ancestral dragon continent. Seeing that Aozhi did not speak, Aokin, the young patriarch of the Black Dragon clan, and Aohei, the young patriarch of the Red Dragon clan, did not think much about it. They flew towards the piece of innate soil with a happy face, and did not take Yang Xiaoshen, the black dog, and the blue blood dragon ancestor seriously at all. They directly regarded Yang Xiaoshen and the others as invisible people. A Black Dragon clan expert said to Yang Xiaoshen, "We found this piece of innate soil. You can go now." "You found it?" Yang Xiaoshen smiled when he heard it and took the piece of innate soil in his hand with one hand. As Aokin, the young leader of the Black Dragon clan, said, "This piece of innate soil is quite large, as big as the piece of innate soil in the treasury of the Sun and Moon Kingdom." Aokin, the young leader of the Black Dragon clan, who was rushing over, saw this and his face sank. "Boy, put down the innate soil." "What if I don't put it down?" Yang Xiaoshen's face was normal. "If you don't put it down, do you think you can leave the 5-element land?" Aohei, the young leader of the Red Dragon clan, said coldly, "If you put it down and leave obediently, you can still leave the 5-element land. Otherwise, you can't even leave the 5-element land." "Really?" Hearing this, Yang Xiaoshen put the piece of innate soil in his hand into the Jade Dragon Heavenly Cauldron. Seeing that Yang Xiaoshen not only did not put down the Xianshan Zirong obediently, but instead put it into the cauldron, Aohei's face darkened. "Boy, you are looking for death." At this point, he suddenly grabbed Yang Xiaoshen with a claw. The blue blood dragon ancestor was about to make a move, but Yang Xiaoshen said, "No need." He let the other party grab him. Aohei grabbed Yang Xiaoshen's shoulder with one claw. He was a powerful god king of the 1st level, and the power of this claw was enough to crush a 10,000-foot god mountain. But Aohei was shocked to find that when he grabbed Yang Xiaoshen's shoulder, it was like grabbing a piece of chaos god iron, and it actually hurt his 5 fingers. At this time, Yang Xiaoshen's shoulder shook. An extremely powerful force blasted out, directly shaking Aohei back. Aohei fell to the original place, and there was a bang sound, and dust flew. A group of dragon disciples were shocked. Aohei, as the young leader of the Red Dragon clan, was the best among his peers in terms of combat power. Many 1st-level god kings could withstand his attack, but now he was shaken away by the blue-shirted young man. Just as the Red Dragon clan was about to swarm over, the young leader of the Golden Dragon clan, Aozhi, changed his expression and said angrily, "Stop. Stop it all." Everyone was startled when they heard Aozhi's angry voice. Just as Aohei was about to speak, Aozhi came to Yang Xiaoshen and bowed respectfully, saying, "Golden Dragon Aozhi greets young Master Yang." Everyone was surprised. "You know me?" Yang Xiaoshen looked at Aozhi. Facing Yang Xiaoshen's eyes, Aozhi said nervously, "I happen to be in Kanglan continent, so I know your name." Then he said, "Aokin, Aohei and others don't know your name. They have offended you just now. I apologize to you on their behalf." At this point, he bowed deeply to Yang Xiaoshen. "Please forgive them." The 3 dragon disciples were all shocked to see Aozhi so terrified. The Golden Dragon clan is one of the most powerful clans in Zulan continent. Aozhi, as the young patriarch of the Golden Dragon clan, is stronger than Aokin and Aohei in both status and strength. Usually he is high and mighty. When have people seen Aozhi so terrified? Aokin and Aohei looked at Yang Ocean and felt dry in their mouths. Yang Ocean stared at Aozhi, who was in a state of fear. Just when Aozhi's forehead was sweating, he said, "You guys go." Aozhi was overjoyed when he heard this. "Thank you for your forgiveness, young master." Then he bowed to Yang Ocean and led the 3 tribes' disciples to leave in a hurry. After the 3 tribes' disciples left, Yang Ocean, the blue blood dragon ancestor, and the black dog continued to fly deep into the 5-element land. He found the ancestral dragon pearl, opened the ancestral dragon hall, and practiced the ancient dragon art to the 19th level. In the future, he would be the master of the dragon clan and lead the dragon clan, so he didn't want to make things too awkward with the 3 dragon clans. Seeing Yang Ocean's figure disappear, Aozhi felt relieved and wiped the sweat from his forehead. Seeing this, Aohei couldn't help asking, "Aozhi, who was that young man just now?" "Yang Ocean." Aozhi hesitated and said, "Yang Ocean?" Aokin, Aohei and the 3 dragon clan disciples were all surprised. "Do you know that a few years ago, our ancestors suddenly ordered that the disciples of the Golden Dragon clan should not go to the Kanglan continent in the future?" Aozhi said. Aokin and Aohei nodded. They had also heard about this. A few years ago, the ancestor of the Golden Dragon clan suddenly ordered that all the disciples of the Golden Dragon clan should not go to the Kanglan continent in the future, and were not even allowed to approach the Kanglan continent. "Is it because of this person?" Aokin said in surprise. Aozhi nodded with a serious face. Aokin, Aohei and others took a breath of cold air. The ancestor of the Golden Dragon clan was one of the strongest dragon ancestors in their Zulan continent, and was the strongest in the world of the God realm. How could he be afraid of the young man just now? Aozhi did not explain anymore, but flew away from the 5-element land, and hurried back to the Golden Dragon clan. Yang Ocean and the Black Dog had come to the Zulan continent. This matter was very serious. He had to go back and report to their ancestors. At this time, the ancestor of the Golden Dragon clan, Aoding, the ancestor of the Black Dragon clan, Aoyanghu, and the ancestor of the Red Dragon clan, Aochang, were discussing the matter of recruiting disciples for the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth. This time, the Supreme Kangsu suddenly issued a new rule, allowing the disciples of the 10 great demon clans in the prehistoric world to participate in the assessment of the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth, which caused dissatisfaction among many powerful people in the divine domain. Kangsu did this probably for the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. It is said that the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan has an unparalleled talent throughout the ages. The ancestor of the Golden Dragon, Aoding, pondered. Kangsu wants to use this method to let the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan participate in the assessment and join the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth. The ancestor of the Black Dragon, Aoyanghu, was surprised and suspicious. Did the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan cultivate a divine godhood? Aoding glanced at Aoyanghu and Aochang and slowly said, "Above the divine godhood. Above the divine godhood." Aoyanghu and Aochang were shocked and stood up suddenly, full of shock and disbelief. "What did you say? Above the divine godhood? Isn't that chaos?" Exclamation mark. The Silver Sky Blood Demon clan's leader cultivated the chaos godhead? Exclamation mark. Yes, the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan's young leader cultivated a godhead that surpassed the god level. Aoding's voice was extremely heavy. Chapter 845 5 Swordfields. Aoyanghu and Aochang were shocked when they got Aoding's confirmation. Chaos Godhead appeared in the divine realm. This was a shocking event. No wonder Kangsu Supreme, the Lord of the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth, did this. It is precisely because of the extraordinary talent of the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan that the ancestors of the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth also agreed with Kangsu Supreme's decision. Aoding said. Aoyanghu and Aochang felt bitter. It was no wonder that Kangsu Supreme and the ancestors of the Divine Palace of Heaven and Earth made such a decision. Even if it was them, they would do the same. At this time, Aoding thought of Yangtze Ocean from the Kanglan continent. I just don't know which one is stronger and more powerful, Yangtze Ocean's Chaos Godhead or the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. I didn't expect that such a monstrous genius would appear in the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. Ao Yang, who said with emotion, when will such a genius appear in our dragon clan? Ao Chang shook his head and smiled bitterly. The first ancestor once left an ancestral precept, saying that if anyone can practice the beginning dragon art to the 19th level, he will be the master of our dragon clan, and can inherit his mantle. However, after so many years, let alone the 19th level, there is not even a genius at the 15th level. I don't know when a genius at the 19th level will lead our dragon clan back to the ancient glory. Aoding said with emotion, if the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan participates in the assessment of inner disciples of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion this time, he will definitely be the first. I heard that Supreme Kangsu intends to accept him as his personal disciple. Ao Yang, who frowned, if so, then wouldn't the young patriarch of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan become the young master of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion in the future? Maybe he will even be in charge of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion in the future? Aoding, Aohei and the others were in a heavy mood. After so many years of searching, there is still no news about the ancestral dragon pearl. Aohei was very troubled. I heard that the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan is also looking for the ancestral dragon pearl recently. In the ancestral dragon hall, in addition to the second half of the ancient dragon art, there are also treasures such as the origin god fruit and the chaos spirit vein. The Silver Sky Blood Demon clan obviously has its eyes on the origin god fruit and the chaos spirit vein in the ancestral dragon hall. Thinking that the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan is also looking for the ancestral dragon pearl, Aoding also frowned. After a while, Ao Yang and Ao Chang said goodbye and left. Not long after Ao Yang and Ao Chang left, they saw Aozhi hurriedly walked in from outside the hall. Aoding looked puzzled. Wasn't Aozhi in the 5-element land for the trial? Why did he come back? Ancestor, Yangtze Ocean is here. Aozhi saw Aoding and said anxiously, he and the black dog in the Heavenly Demon Temple are in the 5-element land. When Aoding heard this, his face changed, and he stood up in shock. Yangtze Ocean and the black dog are in the 5-element land? Afterwards, Aozhi told Aoding everything that had happened. After Aoding heard it, his face was cloudy. Grandfather, do you think that Yangtze Ocean and his companions appeared in the land of 5-element for that treasure? Aozhi guessed. Aoding shook his head and did not speak. At this time, Yangtze Ocean and his party continued to fly deeper into the land of 5-element. On the way, they encountered attacks from the 5-element beasts, and Yangtze Ocean and the Blood Dragon ancestor were directly blown away. A few days later, not long after Yangtze Ocean arrived in the depths of the land of 5-element, he sensed the 4th time monument. There was a sea in front of him, a colorful sea, and the time monument was at the bottom of the sea. 5-element sea. The Blood Dragon ancestor looked at the sea in front of him with a solemn face. The land of 5-element is a dangerous place in the ancestral dragon continent, and the 5-element sea is one of the most dangerous places in the land of 5-element. There is a mysterious and amazing power in the 5-element sea. All the strong men who enter the 5-element sea are sucked away and then disappear. Some said that there was an extremely powerful beast of the 5-element living at the bottom of the 5-element sea, and all the strong men who entered the 5-element sea were devoured by this beast. Some also said that the 5-element sea itself was transformed from a terrifying existence, and it was specifically designed to devour the strong men who entered it. Yangtze Ocean also sensed the terrifying devouring power in the 5-element sea, and asked Uncle Ding if he was sure. 20 mouthfuls of Hunio and Ing Li Shu, 1 incense stick time. Uncle Ding said. Yangtze Ocean nodded. As long as he could enter the 5-element sea for 1 incense stick time, he would be sure to get the time monument. So Yangtze Ocean gave Uncle Ding 20 mouthfuls of Hunio and Ing Li Shu. Under the protection of Yangtze Ocean's golden flame shield, he entered the 5-element sea. As soon as he entered the 5-element sea, the terrifying devouring power immediately enveloped him, giving Yangtze Ocean the feeling that a devouring beast opened its huge mouth to devour him. However, when the devouring power enveloped Yang Zai Ocean, it was all shattered by the power of Uncle Ding's golden flame shield. The 5-element sea was filled with the light of the 5-element power, and nothing could be seen clearly. Yang Zai Ocean did not hesitate, and activated the power of the 3-time God's tablets in his body, and flew towards another time God's tablet in the direction of the induction. However, what surprised Yang Zai Ocean was that the 5-element sea was like a quagmire, and it was extremely difficult for people to move in it. Even if Yang Zai Ocean activated the power of the 4 divine bodies, it was only a little faster than walking normally. Seeing this, Yang Zai Ocean could only activate the power of the Chaos Dark Godhead, and the speed was much faster. After nearly an incense stick, Yang Zai Ocean finally came to the Time God's tablet, and then activated the Eternal God body to pull it up. However, just when Yang Zai Ocean was about to take away the 4th Time God's tablet, suddenly, the entire 5-element sea shook violently. A terrifying force gushed out from the bottom of the 5-element sea. Yang Zai Ocean was startled, and quickly flew back to the sea surface. When Yang Zai Ocean just flew out of the sea, a giant hand formed by the power of the 5-element suddenly grabbed Yang Zai Ocean. Just as the giant hand was about to catch Yang Zai Ocean, the black dog suddenly slapped the air with one claw. There was a loud bang. The giant hand condensed by the power of the 5-element suddenly exploded. Yang Zai Ocean returned to the shore, sweating coldly. What is that 5-element giant hand? This 5-element sea itself is the transformation of a terrifying existence, but it cannot take shape now, only consciousness. Uncle Ding said, it cannot leave the 5-element sea. Yang Zai Ocean nodded after hearing this, then put away the 4th time monument, and flew to the 5-element sword formation with the blood dragon ancestor and the black dog. However, when Yang Zai Ocean came to the 5-element sword formation, and entered the center of the 5-element sword formation, he was stunned when he saw the 5-element sword spirits flying in the sky in front of him. He saw that the 5-element sword formation in front of him gave birth to the Earth Type Innate Sword Spirit, the Fire Type Innate Sword Spirit, the Gold Type Innate Sword Spirit, the Wood Type Innate Sword Spirit, and the Water Type Innate Sword Spirit. And the 5 innate sword spirits condensed into 5 sword domains. Not just 1. 5. He had been searching for many years, and had only cultivated 3 sword realms now. But in front of him, there were 5 sword realms. As long as he devoured and merged the 5 sword realms in front of him, he would have 8 sword realms. Yang Zai Ocean's heart was beating wildly. I didn't expect that the 5-element sword formation here would actually give birth to 5 sword realms. Uncle Ding said. However, the 5 sword realms launched an attack at the same time, and the power was too strong. Even Dragon Ancestor was killed. Now I can hardly protect you. Therefore, Yang Zai Ocean could not get close to these 5 sword realms, let alone devour and merge them. Chapter 846 Ancestral Dragon Pearl. Yang Zai Ocean felt as if he was poured with a basin of ice water when he heard this. The excitement just now dissipated in an instant. If even Master Ding could not resist the power of the 5 sword realms, how could he enter them to comprehend, devour, and merge? At this moment, the black dog came to Yang Zai Ocean, rubbed against Yang Zai Ocean, and then gestured with his claws. Yang Zai Ocean looked at Master Hei who was gesturing, his eyes lit up, and then he took out 5 chaos spirit stones that had been cut long ago, and gave them to Master Hei. Sure enough, after eating 5 chaos spirit stones in a row, Master Hei's whole body glowed, and a powerful dark force formed a dark light shield that enveloped Yang Zai Ocean's whole body. Yang Zai Ocean tried to get closer to the 5 sword realms. Suddenly, the power of the 5 sword realms turned into 5 raging floods and bombarded him. Boom. The power of destroying the world exploded. But no matter how violent the power of the 5 sword realms was, no matter how destructive it was, it could not shake Master Hei's dark light shield. Hei's tail even turned directly, sending out a chaotic force that hit the 5 sword domains fiercely. Bang! There was a huge sound. The originally violent sword power of the 5 sword domains was actually suppressed by the blast, as if there was a powerful force that suppressed these violent sword powers. Seeing this, Yang Zai Ocean was completely relieved. He first came to the gold sword domain, sat cross-legged in the center of the gold sword domain, and began to comprehend the sword power of the gold sword domain. Yang Xiaoshen's sword intent surged all over his body, and the sword intent of the Mingai demon sword flew out and began to slowly merge with the sword power of the gold sword domain. After fusing the power of the 3 sword domains, Yang Xiaoshen merged the power of the gold sword domain much faster this time. In just 3 months, he completely comprehended and swallowed the power of the gold sword domain, and the fusion was successful. Then, Yang Xiaoshen came to the fire sword domain and began to merge with the fire sword domain. This time, he summoned the sword intent of the Tangshan divine sword. He merged the fire sword realm at a much faster speed and succeeded in merging in less than 3 months. Then, it was the earth sword realm, the wood sword realm, and the water sword realm. In just 1.5 years, Yang Xiaoshen comprehended, devoured, and merged all 5 sword realms. At this point, Yang Xiaoshen cultivated 8 sword realms. Seeing that he had finally cultivated 8 sword realms, Yang Xiaoshen was delighted, but he did not leave the 5-element sword formation, but walked deeper into the 5-element sword formation. Because he felt that something seemed to be calling him from deeper into the 5-element sword formation. Yang Xiaoshen followed the direction of the induction and came to the deepest part of the 5-element sword formation. I saw a fist-sized bead blooming with a faint glow. Seeing this bead, Yang Xiaoshen was stunned. Dragon Ball. Could this be? Just when Yang Xiaoshen thought it was the ancestral Dragon Ball, Uncle Ding said, "This is not the ancestral Dragon Ball. It should be the Dragon Ball of a certain dragon ancestor of the 5-element dragon clan. The Dragon Ball of the dragon ancestor of the 5-element dragon." Yang Xiaoshen's heart moved, and he picked up the Dragon Ball, only to feel that it was heavy, like a dragon mountain. Sensing the surging dragon essence in the Dragon Ball, Yang Xiaoshen said, "Uncle Ding, can I devour the dragon essence in it for cultivation?" Dragon Ball dragon essence is very difficult to devour and refine, especially the dragon essence of the dragon ancestor, but you have the ancient dragon art, so you can devour it for cultivation. Uncle Ding said, "With the dragon essence of the 5-element dragon ancestor, your ancient dragon art is expected to break through the 19th level in a few decades. Of course, the premise is that you get the second half of the ancient dragon art." Yang Xiaoshen was stunned. It will take decades to break through the 19th level. After the ancient dragon art breaks through the 18th level, it is extremely difficult to improve. If you don't have the Dragon Ball of the dragon ancestor, it will take hundreds of years for you to break through the 19th level, Uncle Ding said. In fact, whether it is the ancient dragon art or your 4 divine bodies, once you break through the 18th level, it will be extremely difficult to improve. At that time, you'd better find the time god tree and the origin god tree, otherwise, it will be difficult for your eternal god body and origin god body to break through to the 19th level. Yang Xiaoshen nodded. It seems that he has to hurry up to find the other time god tablets. After taking the 5-element dragon ancestor dragon pearl, Yang Xiaoshen withdrew from the 5-element sword formation, and then left the 5-element land with the blue blood dragon ancestor and Hei. Just as Yang Xiaoshen and others left the 5-element land and headed for the Dragon Burial Valley, a large number of Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan Masters appeared in the sky above the Dragon Burial Valley. These Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan Masters also flew to the Dragon Burial Valley. The Dragon Ancestor Pearl should be in the Dragon Burial Valley. Yanzu, if we really find the Dragon Ancestor Pearl, I'm afraid those old guys of the Dragon Clan will not let us open the Dragon Burial Hall, one of them said. Upon hearing this, the leader, Yanzu, sneered, "The Dragon Clan is now just a few weeks soldiers. When we find the Ancestral Dragon Pearl, if they dare to stop us from opening the Ancestral Dragon Hall, they will be courting death." Another master of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan laughed and said, "When the time comes, we will kill these old dragons. Our Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan will take over the Ancestral Dragon Continent and see who dares to fart in the Divine Realm." Everyone laughed. "When we open the Ancestral Dragon Hall and take the treasures from the Ancestral Dragon Hall, we will give it to the young patriarch to take and practice. The young patriarch's cultivation will definitely be much higher. With our young patriarch's talent, he will definitely take the position of the young master of the Heaven and Earth Divine Mansion in the future." These masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan laughed and talked about the wind. Just as these masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan were approaching the Burial Dragon Valley, Yang Xiaoshan and his group arrived at the Burial Dragon Valley. The Burial Dragon Valley is the burial place of the Dragon Clan strongmen. At a glance, all you can see are dragon tombs of all sizes. The Dragon Burial Valley is full of large arrays and restrictions set up by the Dragon Clan strongmen. These large arrays and restrictions not only protect their own dragon tombs, but also prevent others from entering the Dragon Burial Valley to search for treasures. Yang Xiaoshan activated the 17 destiny seals, bypassed the restrictions, and flew to the depths of the Dragon Burial Valley. Several sword formations that gave birth to the sword field are deep in the Dragon Burial Valley. After bypassing many restrictions, Yang Xiaoshan finally came to the first sword formation that gave birth to the sword field. This sword formation was the Taishishian Long Sword Formation, one of the 10 major sword formations of the Dragon Clan. Yang Xiaoshan did not hesitate. Under the protection of Uncle Ding, he came to the center of the sword field of the Taishishian Long Sword Formation and began to comprehend and integrate the sword field. Just as Yang Xiaoshan was integrating the sword field of the Taishishian Long Sword Formation, a group of masters from the ancient Blood Demon clan also came to a huge dragon tomb in the Dragon Burial Valley. The ancestral dragon pearl should be inside this dragon tomb. Yan Zu took out a dragon sword and saw the dragon sword glowing. Everyone, get started, break the dragon tomb restriction, and get the ancestral dragon pearl. The masters of the ancient Blood Demon clan immediately took action. Although the dragon tomb restriction was strong, under the full force attack of the masters of the ancient Blood Demon clan, 2 months later, the dragon tomb restriction was finally blasted open. Yan Zu and the masters of the ancient Blood Demon clan rushed into the dragon tomb and came to the main hall. They saw a dragon ball shining with light above the dragon tomb main hall. It was the ancestral dragon pearl that opened the ancestral dragon hall. Chapter 847 I haven't eaten dragon heart for many years. It is indeed the ancestral dragon pearl. Ancestral dragon pearl. Yan Zu and the powerful men of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan looked at the dragon pearl in front of them, and they couldn't help but be overjoyed. Yan Zu was delighted and came to the ancestral dragon pearl. He picked up the ancestral dragon pearl and felt his arm sink, as if he was pressing down an ancient dragon mountain. Hey, this thing is quite heavy. Yan Zu laughed and then played with it in his hand for a while before saying, now that we have the ancestral dragon pearl, let's go open the ancestral dragon hall. Another ancestor of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan laughed and said, by the way, kill the old men guarding the ancestral dragon hall, drink their dragon blood, and eat their dragon hearts. At this point, he licked his tongue and said, I haven't eaten a dragon heart for many years. The dragon heart of the kid from the Golden Dragon clan tasted good back then. I just don't know how the dragon hearts of the old men and the ancestral dragon hall taste. Everyone laughed. Let's go. Yan Zu immediately led everyone out of the dragon tomb and looked towards the direction of the ancestral dragon hall. Let's go to the ancestral dragon hall now. There is the dragon body of the ancestor of the dragon clan in the ancestral dragon hall. We will divide the dragon body equally when the time comes. It will be a big supplement. A group of ancient Blood Demon clan masters laughed. Okay. Everyone broke through the air and flew to the ancestral dragon hall. The ancient Blood Demon clan masters quickly left the Dragon Burial Valley and kept approaching the ancestral dragon hall. At this time, Yang Xiaoshan finally merged the sword domain of the Taishishian Long Sword Formation and then flew to the second sword formation that gave birth to the sword domain. The second and third sword formations that gave birth to the sword domain were all deep in the Dragon Burial Valley, not far away. So soon, Yang Xiaoshan arrived in front of the second one. Yang Xiaoshan did not hesitate, entered the second sword domain, and began to comprehend the sword power in it. Just as Yang Xiaoshan began to merge the second sword domain, the ancient Blood Demon clan finally saw the ancestral dragon hall from afar. The ancestral dragon hall stood on the ancestral dragon mountain, very tall and filled with the power of the first dragon. Yan Zu and the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan looked at the ancestral dragon hall in front of them. Their eyes lit up, and they flew towards the ancestral dragon hall. Ancestral Dragon Mountain is a sacred place for the Dragon Clan. Usually, disciples of the Dragon Clan and other clans are prohibited from coming here, so there is no one around Ancestral Dragon Mountain. Just as Yanzu and others approached Ancestral Dragon Mountain, Ancestral Dragon Mountain suddenly shone brightly, and a giant dragon flew out of the air. It was the dragon formation protecting the mountain of Ancestral Dragon Mountain. Looking at the giant dragon, Yanzu snorted coldly, and a dragon sword appeared in his hand, and he suddenly slashed it. Suddenly, an unmatched sword energy broke through the air. Boom. The giant dragon was slashed and flew away, and the entire Ancestral Dragon Mountain shook violently. One after another, figures broke through the air and flew out from Ancestral Dragon Mountain. The aura of each figure was extremely powerful and amazing. They were the 10 great ancestors of the Dragon Clan who guarded the Ancestral Dragon Hall. These 10 great dragon ancestors are the direct descendants of the ancestor of the Dragon Clan, and are also one of the most powerful beings of the Dragon Clan. Who dares to trespass into Zulong Mountain? The 10 great dragon ancestors flew out, their aura swept the world, and the dragon's might shook the heavens. However, facing the dragon might of the 10 great dragon ancestors, Yanzu's face was normal. Are you Itezu? I haven't seen you for many years. I think you are old and blurry. You don't even recognize your old friend. Aoyui. Are you Itezu? Is the leader of the 10 great dragon ancestors. Even Aoding, Aohei and other old ancestors of the Dragon Clan did not dare to be presumptuous in front of Aoyui, but Yanzu was blunt, and said that he was old and blurry. Aoyui's eyes flashed with cold light, and his eyes fell on Yanzu. His face changed slightly. Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan, Yanzu. Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan, Linyan. Known as Yanzu. Under the ancestor of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan, there are 10 supreme powers, and Yanzu is one of them. Millions of years ago, in ancient times, Yanzu had already intimidated the God Realm. In ancient times, someone once described the horror of Flame Ancestor, saying that when he got angry, all the heavens would be filled with divine flames. Seeing that the person coming was Flame Ancestor of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan, the other great ancestors of the Dragon Clan also changed their expressions. As the 10 great ancestors of the original dragon lineage, they certainly knew how terrifying Flame Ancestor was. Old man Aoyui, it seems that you are not too old and can still recognize me. Flame Ancestor laughed arrogantly. When Aoyui heard the other party call him Old Man Aoyui, his face sank. What is Flame Ancestor doing in my Ancestral Dragon Hall? What? Of course I have something to do. Flame Ancestor smiled and took out the Ancestral Dragon Pearl. Let's open the Ancestral Dragon Hall and take away all the treasures in it, including the dragon body of your Dragon Clan ancestor. Aoyui and others saw the Ancestral Dragon Pearl in Flame Ancestor's hand and said in surprise, Ancestral Dragon Pearl. However, when they heard that Flame Ancestor said later that he would take away all the treasures in the Ancestral Dragon Hall, even the dragon body of the Dragon Clan ancestor, Aoyui and others were furious. Lin Yan, don't be so arrogant. This is the Dragon Ancestral Continent. Another Dragon Clan ancestor, Dongzu, said angrily, it's not your turn to be arrogant here. Return the Dragon Ancestral Pearl to our Dragon Clan. Yanzu heard this and laughed even more arrogantly. Return the Dragon Ancestral Pearl to your Dragon Clan? Have you been kicked in the head by a cow or filled with cow dung? Then he stared at Aoyui and the 10 people. In this case, today we will not only take away the dragon body of your Dragon Clan ancestor, but also slaughter you. I haven't tasted dragon blood and dragon heart for a long time. At this point, the dragon knife in his hand suddenly slashed out, and an unmatched sword energy slashed towards Aoyui and the 10 people. Kill. The magic knives in the hands of the 100 masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan appeared and slashed at the same time. The layers of blood demon sword energy intertwined, forming a huge sword net, pushing towards the 10 people of Aoyui. The terrifying power of this sword net made the faces of the 10 people of Aoyui change drastically. The 10 people did not dare to be careless and attacked with their magic swords. There was a loud bang. The sword energy of the 10 great ancestors of the Shillong clan and the knife energy of the blood demon collided with each other. The heaven and earth shook. The destructive power swept across. The surrounding mountains were constantly cut away by the knife energy and sword energy. The 10 people of Ruzu only felt the amazing power coming, which shocked the 10 people and made them retreat again and again, and their blood and ki surged. Yanzu sneered. They had already estimated the strength of the 10 great ancestors of the dragon clan, so this time, all of them from the ancient blood demon clan were overlords who had already intimidated the divine domain in ancient times. The power of their 100 people was enough to suppress the 10 people of Ruzu. The 10 people of Ruzu would be the fish on their chopping board. Speed up, go all out, and get rid of them. Yanzu said in case other dragon clan masters came, and as soon as he said that, one after another divine flames emerged from his body. It was the supreme magic skill of one iron divine skill that he practiced. Other ancient blood demon clan masters also displayed their strongest magic skills one after another. Suddenly, the magic energy was surging, forming a terrifying magic cloud, covering the Zulan Palace for an unknown number of miles. Kill. Yanzu and the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan attacked Uizu and his 10 men again. The earth-shaking sound was heard again. Even Yang Ocean and others who were far away in the Burial Dragon Valley could sense this earth-shaking power. Yang Ocean, who was originally comprehending the power of the sword domain, had to stop. Tomorrow's 4 updates. Chapter 848. What a pity, you came at the wrong time. Yang Ocean came out of the sword formation and looked at the sky. What is this? It's the direction of the ancestral dragon hall. Uncle Ding said. Something happened to the ancestral dragon hall. Something happened to the ancestral dragon hall. Yang Ocean was shocked. The ancestral dragon hall is guarded by the 10 great ancestors of the dragon clan, and someone is attacking the ancestral dragon hall. Who is it? Such an amazing blood demon aura. It's the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan has come with an extraordinary figure. Uncle Ding said. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan. Even Uncle Ding said it was extraordinary. It must be an important figure. Yang Ocean's eyes condensed. Master Hei, let's go. He immediately broke through the air and flew towards the direction of the ancestral dragon hall, and the black dog and the blue blood dragon ancestor followed. The blue blood dragon ancestor sensed the terrifying blood demon power coming from the direction of the ancestral dragon hall, and his face was horrified, but the black dog still looked indifferent, and the tail behind him was still shaking. When everyone left the Dragon Burial Valley, they could really sense the horror of the dragon power and blood demon energy in the ancestral dragon hall. Even though they were thousands of miles apart, the power of the 10 great ancestors of the dragon clan and the flame ancestor still suffocated everyone. The distant sky was completely covered by the blood-colored demon cloud, which was rolling and made people feel frightened. Yang Ocean had to activate the power of light. The 2 golden wings of light behind him condensed and emitted layers of light. Under the power of Yang Ocean's light, the blood dragon ancestor felt better. Yang Ocean and his companions flew quickly to the ancestral dragon hall. Boom. Suddenly, a loud sound came, like millions of thunders exploding. The space was violently shaken. The blood dragon ancestor felt his mind suddenly shaken, and his face turned pale. Obviously, the aftermath of the power of the 10 great ancestors of the dragon clan and the flame ancestor had damaged the blood dragon ancestor's mind. Is Leobi okay? Yang Ocean asked. I'm fine, young master. I won't go over. The blood dragon ancestor shook his head. Yang Ocean nodded, and then continued to fly to the ancestral dragon hall with Hei. However, after a while, even Yang Ocean, who possessed the 4 divine bodies, could not withstand the aftermath of the power of the 10 great dragon ancestors and Yanzu. Yang Ocean was shocked, and only then did he truly feel the horror of the power of the 10 great dragon ancestors and Yanzu. 10 mouthfuls of Hunio and Ing thunder water. Dingyi said. Yang Ocean immediately gave Dingyi 10 mouthfuls of Hunio and Ing thunder water. Suddenly, Yang Ocean's body was covered with golden flames. Yang Ocean's speed increased greatly, and he continued to fly to the ancestral dragon hall. Just as Yang Ocean approached the ancestral dragon hall, he suddenly sensed a power and breath that made him feel familiar. This is the ancestral dragon pearl. Yang Ocean was surprised. Just as Yang Ocean arrived, Yanzu slashed with a knife, blood sea crying ghosts and gods. Suddenly, the blood demon knife aura flew out and blasted towards the Uizu. The blood demon knife aura turned into a sea of blood, and faintly there were billions of evil ghosts and demons crying in it. Ryuizu's face changed drastically, and he used all his dragon power to transform a dragon barrier. But it was useless. The blood sea sword energy still broke the dragon barrier, and Ryuizu was chopped away. At the same time, the other great ancestors of the dragon clan were also chopped away by the power of the magic swords of the overlords of the Yinshan blood demon clan. The 10 Ryuizu opened their mouths and spurted out blood. Yanzu smiled coldly and walked towards the 10 Ryuizu with the dragon sword in his hand. Dig out their dragon hearts for me. Just as Yanzu and the 100 ancient overlords of the Yinshan blood demon clan were about to attack again, suddenly, Yanzu sensed an extremely pure light force approaching. He was stunned. The territories of the various tribes of the dragon clan were very far away from the Zulang palace. It was said that the strong men of the various tribes of the dragon clan would not come so quickly. He couldn't help but look over. I saw a young man in a blue shirt with golden flames flying from a distance with a black dog. Everyone was stunned, including the 10 great ancestors of the dragon clan. 10 wings of light. The people of Yanzu looked at the golden wings of light behind Yangtze Ocean in surprise. At this time, 10 wings of light had already condensed behind Yangtze Ocean. Because the blood demon aura of Yanzu and others was too terrifying, only the 10 wings of light could resist the blood demon aura of Yanzu and others. However, what really surprised Yanzu and others was that the young man in blue shirt was only a peak of the late 10th level of the heavenly god. Soon, Yangtze Ocean and Heiyi arrived at the scene. After arriving, Yangtze Ocean immediately sensed that the ancestral dragon pearl was on Yanzu. He looked at Yanzu. Ancestral dragon pearl is on you? Yanzu did not expect that after this young man in the heavenly god realm came. He suddenly asked if the ancestral dragon pearl was on him. He was stunned for a moment and then smiled and said, "Yes, it is on me, young man. I didn't expect your light bloodline to be so strong that it is comparable to the ancestor of the light god clan. But it's a pity that you came at the wrong time. This time, they are going to open the ancestral dragon hall and take away all the treasures in the dragon body of the original dragon, so everyone who sees it must be killed." After Yanzu finished speaking, he raised his hand and pointed. Suddenly, a terrifying divine flame finger force broke through the air and blasted towards Yangtze Ocean. Wherever this divine flame finger force passed, the space was actually branded with amazing finger marks. However, just when Yanzu's terrifying divine flame finger force was about to hit Yangtze Ocean, suddenly, a black tail swept past, and Yanzu's terrifying divine flame finger force was actually swept away completely. Everyone was stunned, and they all looked at Heiyi beside Yangtze Ocean. Even Yanzu was very surprised. You know, the finger he just pointed at was something that many supreme beings couldn't take, but it was actually taken by a dog's tail. Yanzu looked at Heiyi in doubt. "Who are you?" Heiyi shouted Wang Wang twice. Seeing that Heiyi only responded to him with Wang Wang, Yanzu was even more doubtful. Such a powerful existence can't even speak. Could it be that the other party can't transform? How is this possible? Unless the other party's origin is extremely extraordinary, so it has not been able to transform until now. The more extraordinary the divine beast is, the later it will transform. But since the ancient times of the god realm, such an extraordinary divine beast seems to have only appeared once. Yanzu suddenly punched at Yangtze Ocean and Heiyi in disbelief. This time, he urged all his divine power, and his vast divine power shook the world. The divine flames rolled and covered the sky, as if they were going to burn the sky. However, facing such a devastating punch, Heiyi looked indifferent, and the chaotic air spewed out of his nostrils like steam from a steam engine. I saw 2 amazing chaotic air spewing out of his nostrils and turned into a rolling chaotic torrent, which instantly blasted away Yanzu's heaven-destroying fist power. Then, the chaotic torrent still bombarded Yanzu. Flame Ancestor sensed the terrifying power contained in the chaos torrent. His face was horrified. He retreated in panic, shouted loudly. Divine flames rolled all over his body and suddenly punched out with both fists. 10,000 flame divine fists. Boom. As his fists punched out, the space boomed loudly, and 10,000 divine flame fists broke through the air and hit Heiyi's chaos torrent like 10,000 flaming meteors. The 10,000 divine flame fist seals in the chaos torrent collided violently, and a loud sound shook the sky. Chapter 849 The End of God. However, the power of the 10,000 divine flames fist was still instantly blasted away by the chaos flood. The chaos flood continued to blast towards Yanzu with overwhelming force. Yanzu's face completely changed. At this time, all the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan also rushed to Yanzu's side and drew their swords together. Suddenly, the amazing magic sword's blade energy once again crisscrossed, interweaving into a huge sword net, blasting towards Heiyi. Boom. The sword net and the chaos flood blasted together. There was a loud sound that shook the sky. Yanzu and the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan felt their whole bodies shaken violently, and they flew backwards one after another, and like the 10 people of the sharp ancestor before, they spit out a large mouthful of blood. The masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan looked at Heiyi with fear on their faces. Each of them was an ancient overlord of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. When they joined forces, even the 10 great ancestors of the Dragon clan could not resist them. Now they were blown away by a black dog. Silver Sky Blood Demon formation. Yanzu roared, and the blood demon energy in his body surged and soared into the sky. The other overlords of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan also activated the blood demon energy. Suddenly, 101 giant pillars of blood demon energy blasted into the sky. The Silver Sky Blood Demon formation is the most powerful formation of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. However, just when Yanzu and others were about to activate the Silver Sky Blood Demon formation to attack, Heiyi raised his claws and slapped the air. A huge black claw that covered the sky and the sun appeared in the void. The huge black claw instantly smashed the blood demon pillars on Yanzu and others. Yanzu and others all fell from the sky and vomited blood. Yanzu looked at Heiyi in horror and did not dare to hesitate any longer. Let's go. At this point, he activated the divine talisman and wanted to escape with the masters of the Silver Sky Blood Demon clan. Ancestor Dragon Pearl. Yangzai Ocean said. Heiyi grabbed out of the void with a claw, and Yanzu, who was about to escape, was slapped down by Heiyi's claw. When Yanzu was about to break through the air and fly up, Heiyi slapped him down again with his claws and directly imprinted him into the depths of the earth. Seeing Yanzu being abused like this, the ancient overlords of the Yinshan Blood Demon clan took a breath of cold air. You must know that Yanzu is the supreme ancestor of the Yinshan Blood Demon clan, second only to the ancestor of the Yinshan Blood Demon clan, and even has the strength to fight against the Lord of the Heaven and Earth Divine Palace, Kangzu Supreme. Now, he has no power to resist in front of a black dog. Isn't this black dog comparable to the master of heaven and earth? Exclamation mark. You guys go. Don't worry about me. Yanzu, who was slapped into the ground, roared, and the divine flames all over his body surged wildly. Obviously, he was trying to make a final resistance. Soon his whole body turned into boundless divine flames, and he madly bombarded Heiyi. At the same time, the overlords of the Xianshan Blood Demon clan did not hesitate and used all their strength to activate the Space Escape Talisman to escape. Looking at the madly charging flame ancestor, Heiyi snorted coldly, and the dark power in his body suddenly supported, and the world instantly darkened. He slapped down with one claw again, and the divine flames of flame ancestor were blasted and smashed into the depths of the ground again. Flame ancestor lay deep in the ground, dying. He still looked unbelievable. He couldn't believe that the black dog in front of him would be as terrifying as the master of heaven and earth. Heiyi came to the sky above flame ancestor and made the last claw print. Bang! The entire Zulang mountain shook violently. The ground exploded. In ancient times, flame ancestor, who had already crisscrossed the divine realm and swept across the Invincible, was directly blasted and turned into a ball of flesh and blood. The 10 great dragon ancestors of Ruzu looked at the scene in front of them and were shocked beyond words. They knew more about the horror of flame ancestor. Such a supreme demon ancestor who trembled the divine realm 3 times with a stomp of his feet, died just like that. Before Yangzai Ocean came to flame ancestor, he found the space artifact on the other party. When he opened it, he saw that it was full of the aura of origin and various natural treasures. The ancestral dragon pearl was among all the natural treasures. Yangzai Ocean felt relieved. After taking out the ancestral dragon pearl, he flew to the ancestral dragon hall. When Ryuizu was about to speak, Yangzai Ocean activated the ancient dragon art. Suddenly, his whole body was covered with dragon scales, and the dragon wings behind him opened, and he directly passed through the restrictions around the ancestral dragon hall. 17th level of the ancient dragon art. Ryuizu's 10 people's eyes widened. They saw the dragon wings behind Yang Xiaoshan open, and the dragon runes on them condensed into a large dragon formation, which was the symbol of the 17th level of the ancient dragon art. Many of their dragon ancestors had not been able to practice the ancient dragon art to the 17th level, but this young man actually practiced their ancestors' ancient dragon art to the 17th level. After passing through the restrictions around the ancestral dragon hall, Yang Xiaoshan put the ancestral dragon pearl into the groove on the gate of the ancestral dragon hall. Suddenly, the entire ancestral dragon hall was filled with light. The amazing dragon energy sprayed and condensed into a number of divine dragons. The gate of the ancestral dragon hall slowly opened. Yang Xiaoshan walked into the ancestral dragon hall. The gate of the ancestral dragon hall was closed. The 10 people of Ruzu looked at each other in bewilderment. After entering the ancestral dragon hall, Yang Xiaoshan came to the main hall. He saw a huge dragon pillar standing on the main hall. On the dragon pillar, a huge dragon was carved. It was the ancestor of the dragon clan. The entire portrait of the ancestor of the dragon clan was composed of countless ancient dragon runes. Yang Xiaoshan has studied the dragon clan's writing for many years. After careful observation, he found that it was the second half of the ancient dragon art. Without hesitation, Yang Xiaoshan carefully read it from the head to the tail of the dragon. Yang Xiaoshan stood there and recalled it. After making sure that he had memorized the entire second half of the ancient dragon art, he read it from beginning to end. He stopped and observed the main hall. On the stone table in the main hall, there was a ring. He went forward and picked it up. It was the ring of the dragon. When he opened the ring of the dragon, he saw 4 origin auras surging out of it. These 4 origin auras were different from the origin auras he had refined before, and they were more refined. Yang Xiaoshan looked inside and saw that there were actually 4 origin god fruits. In addition to the 4 origin god fruits, there was also a chaos spiritual vein. And there were also 3 destiny flowers. Yang Xiaoshan was pleasantly surprised. With these 4 origin god fruits and 3 destiny flowers, his origin god body and Hunio and destiny god body would hopefully break through the 17th level. At that time, he only needed to cultivate the remaining sword intent into the sword realm to survive the chaos god tribulation. Later, Yang Xiaoshan discovered that the ancestral dragon hall had an outer hall and an inner hall. He was only in the outer hall now, but when he came to the inner hall, he could not open the door to the inner hall. There is the dragon body of the beginning dragon in this inner hall. If you can completely integrate the dragon body of the beginning dragon, you can cultivate the dragon body, the strongest divine body of the dragon clan, and the speed of cultivation can be greatly increased again in the future. However, to open the door of the inner hall, you must have the 19th level of the ancient dragon art. Uncle Ding said. Yang Xiaoshan was helpless. Uncle Ding, how strong is the dragon clan's ancestor? How did he die back then? Yang Xiaoshan couldn't help asking. The dragon clan ancestor and the silver sky blood demon clan ancestor are both among the 10 great ancestors of the god realm, but his ranking is higher than that of the silver sky blood demon clan, said Uncle Ding. In other words, the dragon clan ancestor is stronger than the silver sky blood demon clan ancestor. But how did such a powerful existence perish in the past? Yang Xiaoshan was even more curious. The end of God is to prove the truth. Uncle Ding said, however, you are only in the heavenly god realm now, which is only the starting point of God. Don't pay attention to these things now. Work hard to cultivate and improve your cultivation first, and when you are able to fight the silver sky blood demon clan one day, you can consider this issue again. Chapter 850, The Suppression of the Avenue. Prove the Dao? Yang Xiaoshan was in a state of excitement. Looking at the inner hall door in front of him, he suddenly thought of Heyi and asked, I wonder if Heyi can open the inner hall door. Ding Yi shook his head and said, although that guy can forcibly blast open the inner hall door restriction, if some large formations are forcibly opened, the things inside will be destroyed. Yang Xiaoshan immediately gave up the idea. Although it is an existence that has surpassed the ancestor, it cannot arbitrarily exert power beyond the limits of the rules of this world in the god realm, because of the suppression of the great Dao. Dingyi said. Every world and every domain has its rules. No matter what existence it is, it must abide by this rule, and cannot exert the strongest power that exceeds this world in this domain space. Otherwise, if an existence that has surpassed the ancestor casually exerts power to slaughter in the god realm, wouldn't the god realm be wiped out in a snap of a finger? Yang Ocean was shocked. The suppression of the great Dao? Yes, in all the heavens and the worlds, any living being, any existence, must follow the order of the great Dao. Dingyi said, including me. Including those beings who opened the sky. Those beings who opened the sky? Yang Ocean couldn't calm down. What he saw and heard today opened another door for him. However, you are only at the starting point of becoming a god now. You should work hard to cultivate and break through the realm of the Lord God first. Dingyi said, you will always come into contact with these things in the future. I'm optimistic about you. You will become the most powerful existence in this era and the most powerful existence in the heavens and the worlds. I'm optimistic about you. Become the most powerful existence in the heavens and the worlds. Yang Ocean nodded, calmed down, and then walked towards the two sword formations in the Zulong Hall where the sword realm had been born. He sat cross-legged in the sword realm and began to comprehend and merge the two sword realms. While Yang Ocean was comprehending and merging the sword realm in the hall, the 10 people of Ruzu were waiting outside. Seeing that Yang Ocean had not come out for a month, the 10 people of Ruzu were extremely anxious. Just when Yang Ocean was refining the two sword realms in the Zulong Hall, the 100 ancient overlords of the Yinshan Blood Demon Clan finally escaped back to the main nest of the Yinshan Blood Demon Clan in the God's domain. Hundreds of people fled back, and Ancestor Yan died. The entire Silver Sky Blood Demon tribe was shocked. Upon learning that Ancestor Yan died under the claws of a black dog, the Silver Sky Blood Demon Ancestor was also shocked. What? Black dog? Yes, Ancestor, that black dog is extremely terrifying. One claw and one blow, it seriously injured us. We can't resist it at all. One of them trembled and said, the strength of this dog is probably comparable to the master of heaven and earth. The face of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Ancestor changed from gloomy to bright. Black dog. Suddenly, he thought of a very long ago picture in his mind, and his heart was shocked. Could it be it? Ancestor, what are you referring to? The Supremes of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan asked in surprise. The Saint Ancestor of the Demon Clan. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Ancestor said slowly. The Supremes of the Silver Sky Blood Demon Clan took a breath of cold air. The Saint Ancestor of the Demon Clan is also called the Saint Ancestor of the Heavenly Demon. Ancestor means that this black dog is the one that was with the Saint Ancestor back then? A Supreme said with a chuckle. I'm afraid. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Ancestor's eyes flashed. Only the black dog next to the Saint Ancestor has such strength. Flame Ancestor died. Are we just going to let it go? After a moment of silence, one person said in a deep voice. This person was one of the 10 Supreme Masters under the Silver Sky Blood Demon Ancestor, and had a very good relationship with Flame Ancestor, known as Night Ancestor. Of course we can't let it go. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Ancestor said in a deep voice, we can't move that black dog, but we can crush that young man to death. But, with that black dog next to him, it's impossible for us to kill him. Another Bone Ancestor shook his head. The Silver Sky Blood Demon Ancestor pondered, then find a way to lead that black dog away from him. As long as that black dog leaves him, a small heavenly god realm, we can crush him to death however we want. Time passed. It has been more than 3 months since Yang Ocean entered the Ancestral Dragon Hall. The gate of the Ancestral Dragon Hall suddenly opened. The 10 great ancestors of the Dragon Clan guarding outside were all shocked when they saw the gate suddenly opened. A figure walked out from inside. It was Yang Ocean. The 10 people of Ruzu hurriedly came to meet him. Thank you for your help, young master. Ruzu said respectfully. What's your name, young master? Yang Ocean had cultivated the ancient dragon art to the 17th level, and now he has opened the Ancestral Dragon Hall. If he cultivates the ancient dragon art to the 19th level in the future, and merges with the body of the dragon, he will be the master of the Dragon Clan. The 10 people of Ruzu figured this out, so they were very respectful to Yang Ocean. Yang Ocean did not hide it. So it's young Master Yang. Ruzu said respectfully, I wonder what young Master Yang's plans are in the future? First break through the God Lord and go to the Heaven and Earth God Palace. Yang Xiaoshan glanced at the 10 people of Ruzu. When I cultivate the ancient dragon art to the 19th level, I will come to the ancestral dragon hall again in the future. The 10 people of Ruzu were shocked. After Yang Xiaoshan finished speaking, he broke through the air and disappeared into the sky with Hei. The 10 people of Ruzu bowed and watched Yang Xiaoshan leave, just like watching the future lord of the dragon clan. One of them said excitedly, if this boy can practice the ancient dragon art to the 19th level in the future, he will be the lord of our dragon clan, and our dragon clan will have a dragon lord in the future. Yes, in the future, we will no longer have to guard the ancestral dragon hall day and night. Ruzu sighed. If a new lord of the dragon clan appears, then their mission to guard the ancestral dragon hall will be completed, and the new mission will be to follow the lord of the dragon clan and recast their ancient glory of the dragon clan. I just don't know what other talents this boy has. One person said. Being able to practice the ancient dragon art to the 17th level means that his dragon clan martial soul is at least level 15, and he has the powerful light bloodline of the ancestor of the light god clan. His other talents should not be weak, right? Ruzu said. After Yang Xiaoshan left the ancestral dragon hall, he returned to the buried dragon valley with Hei and the blue blood dragon ancestor. He had only merged one of the sword domains of the buried dragon valley before, but it was interrupted, leaving 2 sword domains unfused. Now, he has 11 sword realms. As long as he fuses the remaining 2 sword realms in the buried dragon valley, he will have 13. Yang Xiaoshan returned to the previous sword realm and began to comprehend and fuse the 2 sword realms in the buried dragon valley. More than 3 months passed. Finally, Yang Xiaoshan successfully fused the 2 sword realms in the buried dragon valley. So far, he has cultivated 13 sword realms. Only 2 are missing. However, there is only 1 in the Dark Dragon Mountain, so even if he fuses the Dark Dragon Mountain, there is still 1 missing. He plans to successfully cultivate all 15 sword realms, and then refine the origin divine fruit and destiny flower obtained from the ancestral dragon hall. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.